And a good evening and welcome to beautiful Catawissa, Pennsylvania and Tiger Stadium. For decades, this place, this environment has been the pinnacle, has been the zeitgeist for football success at the high school level. And despite a 3-4 record, they still maintain to be one of the toughest foes in all of the region. The Southern Columbia area high school Tigers, led by one of the most famous and prodigious head coaches in the history of high school football, leading one of the most famed programs in high school football. That is the task for the Montoursville High School Warriors this evening. But led by third-year head coach Joe Hanna, they have already garnered the most wins in the Hanna era, a 5-2 record, coming off of back-to-back emphatic victories against Central Columbia and Central Mountain. As the beautiful sky etches itself in purples and reds, will it be Southern Columbia getting back to 500, or will it be the Montoursville Warriors putting off a shocker and gaining their 6th win of the season in eye-opening fashion? It's the Montoursville High School Warriors taking on the Southern Columbia area high school Tigers, and it's live right here on the Bear Country Sports Network. Great to have you with us this evening alongside Justin Hawkins. I'm Nicholas Severini, and we're live from Tiger Stadium in Catawissa, Pennsylvania for this interesting District 4 contest between the Warriors and the Tigers. We'll start with Montoursville. They come in with a record of 5-2, led by third-year head coach Joe Hanna. They place themselves 4th out of 8 in the PIAA District 4 3A standings, just creeping behind Mount Carmel for that elusive third-place position. Montoursville trying to get into the top 4 to host a district playoff game, and oh goodness me, would it be a notch on the resume if they are able to get their 3rd straight win here against Southern Columbia. It has been the prodigy for success whenever the Tigers take the field, but they are having a rare blemish of a year with a 3-4 record led by 40th season head coach of Jim Roth. The 4 losses coming against Wyomissing, Mount Carmel, Danville, and Mifflinburg, but this is a Tigers team that you would be very short to underestimate. As the band comes onto the field, the crowd still filing in. We will step aside for the first time, but when we return, we introduce our color commentator, Justin Hawkins, talk about the history between these two teams, our players to watch, starting lineups, and eventually we'll have kickoff between Montoursville and Southern Columbia. You're tuned in to Montoursville High School Football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Hey campers, Graham here from C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV. Don't store your old RV another winter. Save thousands on a new camper this fall, and we'll store it for free. We have a great selection of 2023 and 2024 models with end-of-season pricing. So buy now, and when you're ready to camp next spring, we'll have your new camper ready. Visit us in the beautiful Pine Creek Valley or browse online at chwaltzoutdoor.com. Adventure awaits at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV.
Your home, your family, your moments. First Alert is reminding you to be prepared and install smoke and carbon monoxide alarms on every level and in every bedroom of your home. Don't forget to add First Alert fire extinguishers on every level, plus the kitchen. And know how to use them. Protection is key to help protect life's moments, and First Alert is your partner through it all. Get fire safety you can trust by visiting firstalert.com and Lowe's stores today.
Known for years as the place to get what you need, Ellery Now Hardware is your one-stop hardware shop. Paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn, and garden. It's why we've endured for decades. Open weekdays 7 to 7, Saturday 10 till 6, Sunday 10 till 2. 570-368-1090 for questions you might have. Serving Montoursville and the surrounding area since 1946 at 917 Broad Street. Go Warriors!
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-885-5588. 800-885-5588.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Everything you need in one place. Jiffy Market in Jersey Shore. Now your first choice for great hot food, breakfast sandwiches, bagels, French toast sticks, boneless wings, hash browns, garbage fries, and taco wraps. PA lottery tickets and skill games at ATM, fresh-made sandwiches, meat and cheese by the pound, snacks, candy, slushies, and more. All at Jiffy Market. Everything you need in one place. Across from the post office in downtown Jersey Shore. Stop and shop. Jiffy Market in Delhi.
Check it out, the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. At Verizon, you can get it when you trade in any phone from one of their top brands.
Any?
Any.
Even if it's 4 years old?
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk?
Yep.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk, then a scooter runs it over, so now it's not just old and cracked, but shattered?
With Verizon, the answer is always yes. New and existing customers can trade in any phone from one of our top brands in any condition for the new iPhone 16 Pro with unlimited Ultimate. Trade-in terms apply. See Verizon.com for details. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
Did you know you can watch all your favorite crime shows for free on Pluto TV?
Totally free?
Totally free. They've got CSI New York, NCIS, Criminal Minds, Blue Bloods, Tracker, FBI, SWAT, all for free.
There's something suspicious going on here.
Nothing suspicious, just hundreds of free crime shows. On Pluto TV, crime never pays, and neither do I.
Pluto TV.
Stream now, pay never.
The Bear is Cutting Edge Country, WQBR.
And as the sun ends its descent over the confines of Tiger Stadium, this game yet to rise here from Catawissa, Pennsylvania, Montoursville against Southern Columbia in a real fascinating matchup. Once again, alongside Justin Hawkins, I'm Nicholas Severini. And Justin, I tell you what, been a frantic evening for both of us. We both made it here just in the nick of time to get the equipment set up, the notes out, and we're ready for kickoff between these two teams. And I would say about 25 minutes ahead of schedule. But as of now, you're looking at the band currently performing on the field. It just feels like before you even look at the resume of this team for Southern Columbia, it just feels like this is a football town. You got the crowd here very early. You got the shops and the food stands already open. You got the shed in the background resembling all the championships. It really feels like something right out of Friday Night Lights, where it is just football at its finest.
Absolutely, Nick. I mean, honestly, every time I come down here for Lycoming County fans who maybe don't travel to the farther away games, a good comparison for here at Tiger Stadium is STA Stadium in Williamsport. You feel like you're down that bowl. The attention's on the field. Everybody's here fired up, ready to go. And frankly, when you're the 5-time defending state champions, there's no reason for your crowd not to show up and be ready to go, even in a tough year like Southern Columbia is having this year.
Well, it definitely has been a tough one. I mean, this is a team coming off of double-digit wins in 15 straight years. 2A state champions for the last vast majority of them, 8 of the last 9, 13 times in the 21st century as well. A real market for success at what used to be the 1A level, but has since jumping up to 2A level, their form has not dispatched. But as you mentioned, Justin, this season has been a bit more of a downside to them. They come in with a record of 3-4. That's tied for the second most losses in the tutelage of the Jim Roth era. Jim Roth, by the way, doing this for 40 years. That just goes to show how much of an offshoot this year has been for the Tigers. But even their losses, they haven't exactly been too shocking, except for the last 2 weeks. They dropped their first game of the season against Wyomissing 35-21, bounced back to what we expected of this Tigers team, defeating Loyalsock 47-0 and Milton 49-7. Then there was that scrappy defeat against Mount Carmel 7-6. They bounced back with a 54-12 shellacking against Central Columbia, but maybe that Central Columbia game was where a lot of those cracks began to show. A 3-hour game, a lot of fighting happening on the field, and it really culminated in what they saw in their last 2 weeks. 2 straight losses, one against Danville 34-8, and then a big shocker, Mifflinburg 34-26. From your perspective, looking at the Southern Columbia team, what do you think has gone wrong in these last couple of weeks? Because this is a run of form for this Tigers team we certainly have not expected coming into this game against Montoursville being under 500.
Well, this, I think, is a product, and I'm going to look at this two sides of the same coin. On one side, you look at it as Southern Columbia knows who Southern Columbia is. They can make these deep runs. They haven't had an undefeated season in a couple years, and this is a time to experiment. Maybe put guys in, put them in positions they're not really comfortable with yet. You know, as long as you make the district playoffs, that's the time you got to shine. It's not schools like a Montoursville who, yeah, districts, maybe the first couple rounds of states, that's about as far as you're looking. Southern's already looking ahead to the championship and trying to plan ahead for that. But at the same time, you look at a team that's 3-4, they are literally a missed field goal and a pick six at the end of the game, which the missed field goals came in the Mount Carmel loss. The pick six came last week against Mifflinburg. They're now a 5-2 team if those two mistakes do not happen. So you can't look at this as Southern's down because they're 3-4. They're literally 2 mistakes away from being 5-2 and being on par with the Montoursville Warriors.
I tell you what, maybe they're thinking of this as the get-right game. The Tigers, who currently find themselves 5th in the District 4 2A standings, a 3-4 record, just narrowly ahead of 6th place South Williamsport, and ahead of them Towanda, Loyal Sock, Warrior Run, and Troy Junior Senior. We'll talk about, of course, this being the Montoursville broadcast. I think it's only fair that we give the Warriors some love, led by Joe Hanna. This is a team that has won 2 straight games, but goodness me, have they won it in emphatic fashion. Against the opponents of Central Columbia and Central Mountain, you'd want them to win decisively, but they did what they were supposed to do. 49-0 against Central Columbia, 44-7 against Central Mountain. What's really stood out to me, Justin, in these last couple of games is just how much they have begun to really rely on the ground game with the likes of Christian Banks and Hayden Harvey. Their ability to get up the field and get a lot of yards per carry has led this Warriors team, who has become from a balanced team at the beginning of the year to a lot more run heavy, but it's turned into a couple emphatic wins.
Absolutely, Nick. I mean, you mentioned the run game. Obviously, we know Christian Banks, the last 2 games exploded. Hayden Harvey coming around. But the other thing that's doing is opening up the big passing plays with Jimmy Messina at quarterback as well. And we saw last week that passing game being opened up, and a lot of those plays were called back to the penalties, something we're hoping Montoursville's cleaned up coming into the matchup with Southern Columbia. But we really want to see that passing game open up because Southern is not a team that you're going to be able to dominate on one side. The good news is Montoursville, they have the running threats. They have the passing threats. And the biggest thing is their defense has stepped it up as well. The starting defense has not allowed points in the last 2 weeks at all. The only 7 points they gave up came late in the game last week against Central Mountain to the backups on defense. And I think that's going to be a big test tonight is can the defense now, going back into a tough matchup against a competitive opponent, step up to the challenge.
And we talked about it in terms of the playoff implications for Southern Columbia. For Montoursville, they find themselves very firmly with a fairly sizable cushion in 4th place in that PIAA District 4 3A rankings. They have a rating of .56. The next highest team, Mifflinburg, a rating of .42. That's over nearly a 10.5 ahead of 5th place. You have to be in the top 4 to host that first-round district game. But maybe, depending on what happens this evening, they could be looking even ahead. They're only .05 points in the ratings below Mount Carmel, who is in 3rd place with the same record, with Lewisburg and Danville, of course, undefeated at 7-0. They will be the zeitgeist in the 3A District 4 playoffs this season. But you look at the Warriors, they could have some potential momentum to move up, but it would take a couple big victories with the rest of their schedule being as difficult as it is. But well, they'll look to maybe try to provide a shocker this evening against Southern Columbia. When we return, we'll talk about some of our players to watch as we inch closer to kickoff between the Warriors and the Tigers on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Your destination for Kubota is Dodder Equipment, just south of Mill Hall on Route 64. Soon the cool down will begin and fall chores will be the order of the day. Dodder Equipment knows that and has a fantastic selection of Kubotas in stock to handle everything from mowing grass to pushing snow. Kubota has the best quality equipment from tractors of all sizes, side-by-sides, track hose, skid steer loaders, and even farm equipment. Visit Daughter Equipment, just south of Mill Hall on Route 64.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less than their projection, and you could win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the Flex Play, so you can still cash out if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PRIMETIME and get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states where it is lawful to wager. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
It's the taste you grew up with. Pudgy's in Montoursville. Specialties like buffalo chicken, cheesesteak, and veggie pizzas. There's always time for a slice from Pudgy's before or after the game. Stay tuned for info about our next cruise-in coming soon from 5 till 8. Open to all cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Pudgy's of Montoursville in the shopping center across from Alexander Kia. You can't go wrong with the taste you grew up with from Pudgy's of Montoursville.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Fall Sale and get 30% off paints and stains from October 11th through the 21st. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the propane tank on your grill first, before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
And welcome back in. You're tuned into pregame coverage of Montoursville High School Warrior football on the Bear Country Sports Network. I'm sure a lot of folks tuned in expecting maybe Jersey Shore High School football, which usually has the primetime slate. But due to a late schedule change amongst Jersey Shore, they are now playing Penwood tomorrow early afternoon. And you can get coverage of that one on the Bear Country Sports Network following the conclusion of Lock Haven University football as they travel to take on number 5th ranked Kutztown. But on that note, a chance to look at our Central PA Sports Update for the first time, where CentralPASports.com, your home for Montoursville, Jersey Shore, and Central Mountain football, as well as Lock Haven University athletics. Central Mountain looking for their first win of the season. It's not going to be an easy one as they take on Mount Carmel. Bellefonte will take on Bishop Carroll, as it's the aforementioned Jersey Shore Bulldogs who are taking on Penwood, taking that long drive out east to take on Penwood tomorrow afternoon. Bucktail will face off against Cameron County. And to round it off, you have Bald Eagle They face off Greater Johnston High. And, of course, it's Montoursville in Southern Columbia here from Tiger Stadium. When we return, we'll talk about our players to watch as we come closer and closer to kickoff from Tiger Stadium. You're tuned in to Montoursville pregame coverage on the Bear Country Sports Network.
We hope you're enjoying our presentation of Montoursville Warrior football through CentralPASports.com. We want to do more, but that's entirely dependent on your financial support. We appreciate those who have signed on already, but we need more businesses to be part of these broadcasts. Call 570-769-2327 to get involved. 570-769-2327. Get involved today.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Now is the time to reserve space for your pup at Sweet Dreams Pet Resort on Sunrise Lane in Mill Hall for this fall and winter. Individual indoor suites for your best friend featuring raised dog beds, grooming on site, air conditioning, radiant heat, and outdoor playground. Take advantage of weekday doggy daycare 570-377-0340. Fully licensed and insured, fully staffed on-site security at all times. Online at SweetDreamsPetResort.com. Find us on Facebook, Sweet Dreams, where we treat your dog like family.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching.
Does this have peanuts?
To waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Starting September 2nd, Blaze Alexander Kia will begin an extensive remodel. This is a major project. We will be losing a great deal of lot space as the project will be fenced in. Kia has given us extra incentives to help us move inventory. This is not a sales pitch. I have over 180 new and pre-owned vehicles in stock, and I'll only have display space for approximately 60 vehicles. Let our problem be your solution. The improvements will make it all worthwhile. Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville, taking the deals the other guys definitely don't want.
Football season is here. Do you have your picks in on Sleeper? Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats, and you could win up to 100 times your money. For new users, Sleeper will even match your first deposit with up to $100 credit to your account. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code MONDAY for a credit up to $100 match on your first deposit. That's code MONDAY. Must be 18 years in most states and in state where it is legal. Promo code and other restrictions apply. Visit Sleeper.com. Please wager responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-426-2537 for help. Sponsored by Sleeper, a Blitz product.
Hey, I'm Mandy Woodruff Santos. I'm a financial journalist, podcast producer, and most importantly, wife and mother. With my insanely busy schedule, I don't have time to feel sluggish. And feeling sluggish could actually be a sign that your digestive system isn't at its best. That's where Metamucil comes in. Metamucil psyllium fiber helps keep your digestive system moving. So pick up some Metamucil today and keep yourself moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
It's Bear Country 99.9 FM.
Coming close to kickoff here from Catawissa, Pennsylvania in Tiger Stadium. You're tuned into Montoursville High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network. It's Montoursville. It's Southern Columbia under the floodlights of Central Pennsylvania. Justin Hawkins alongside me. I'm Nicholas Severini. Where else would you rather be? As we come close to kickoff, both teams looks to be starting to get out of their respective locker rooms as they come onto the field from the far side. You need binoculars to look at where Montoursville's locker room is from out here. We were talking about just out of the break, all the way out to the far side towards the high school campus. But I tell you what, I think that even adds to just how beautiful the field is in general. It's really tight, very compact. We were comparing it, Justin, both on air and off air, to Williamsport's stadium. I would have to say, as far as the sight lines go, we have not seen a better field so far this season.
Absolutely. I mean, I love it down here. If it wasn't an hour drive from the Williamsport area to get down here, I might come to more games down here at Tiger Stadium. And honestly, perennial state powerhouse, would you expect anything less?
I tell you what, Ray, why not? Why not? As the reigning state champions will come to the field second, it looks as though Montoursville, in their dawning white pants, shorts, and helmets, or tops, I should say, and helmets, are about to come onto the field trying to provide a scare here as we come to mid-October in the calendar. Let's talk about who will cause a fright to Southern Columbia the most. For Montoursville, it feels like it starts and stops, really, doesn't it, with Christian Banks. His ability both on the offensive side of the ball has come close to being matched even on the defensive side of the ball. Coming off of a 10-tackle showing, an interception a couple games ago against Central Columbia, he's really activated himself on both sides of the field.
Yeah, I mean, talk about the interception against Central Columbia. That probably, if he didn't trip over himself, should have been returned for a touchdown. He had another pick six that he just thought too far ahead and dropped in that game. And against Central Mountain, before he came out of the game, not due to injury or anything, just let's get some subs in. Don't want to cause people too much concern there. But he was flying around. And honestly, I'm looking more at the defense in this game, and Banks is making, I think, as big, if not bigger of an impact on the defensive side of the ball, just being that defensive spark that the Warriors need.
And here comes Central Columbia. They hurdle themselves just in front of their banners. Montoursville, who should be noted, are 1-0 this season when entering the wrong side of the stadium. They do that here. They did that against Wellsboro to start the season. Hey, we come in with the Nuggets. That's what happens when you call it. That's how the season started. They ran onto the field and then saw their banner on the opposite side. That was against Wellsboro. They would like for a victory here against Southern Columbia as the team donning their intimidating black uniforms, trying to provide a Grim Reaper role here in this contest against Montoursville. Who are you looking out for here for the Tigers, a team that has been very versatile, but at the same time up and down?
I mean, it's a young team, but I'm going to go defensive again on the Tigers side as well, looking at the sophomore defensive end, Chase Williams. This is going to be a huge threat for Montoursville to handle. It's his first starting season. He already has 3 sacks, 6 tackle for losses. We know Banks' ability to hop around, get outside, try to bounce away. Williams is someone that Montoursville is going to have to constantly run away from. If he can get a hand on you, he's going to bring you down, even somebody who's as big as a threat as Banks is for the Warriors.
As both teams seize their sidelines coming out of the locker room, we'll step aside, but when we return, it will be kickoff between Montoursville and Southern Columbia, live on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Get ready to hit the road with these great trips this fall through Susquehanna Trailways. Every October Saturday, ride the Pine Creek Trail to and from Wellsboro. October 22nd at Sight and Sound Theater, the American Dream Mall the 27th, Tioga Downs Casino November 6th, and King of Prussia Mall November 10th. Call Susquehanna Trailways 570-322-5361, Monday through Friday between 8 and 4. Check the Susquehanna Trailways Facebook page and website for more information. Time for Corn Maze Fun. The Pine Creek Seed Farm Corn Maze, now open weekends through November 3rd. This weekend it's Farmers Fest, and every Friday is Glow Night. Hear and watch Jersey Shore and Montoursville football on the big screen. Enjoy Leadfoot on stage Saturday afternoon and axe throwing all weekend. Sundays it's theme trivia. Bulk of your entry fee this week goes to a local nonprofit organization. Corn Maze Weekends, Pine Creek Seed Farm, 33 Seeds Lane, just off of the Pine Creek exit, Route 220, Jersey Shore.
Hey, hometown fans. You know Journey Bank as your trusted local bank. But did you know we're also the biggest cheerleader for our community's youth? From athletes competing under the Friday night lights, to students excelling in the classroom, to talented teen stars singing center stage, we're investing in the future of our young people. At Journey Bank, we're committed to helping our kids score big in every aspect of life. Journey Bank, where dreams are nurtured and futures are built. Journey Bank, proud supporter of our local youth.
Want to score big with your financial future? At Evergreen Wealth Solutions, we're the MVPs of financial planning, helping you tackle your goals with a winning strategy. Call Todd Rischel, certified financial planner, and get in the game. Real people serving real people. We manage your assets as if they were our own. 570-601-6960. 570-601-6960. Let Todd Rischel be the quarterback of your financial planning strategy. Evergreen Wealth Solutions in Williamsport.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise. But Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your local Erie agent is Brigandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley. Get a quote today.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Get ready to hit the road with these great trips this fall through Susquehanna Trailways. Every October Saturday, ride the Pine Creek Trail to and from Wellsboro. October 22nd at Sight and Sound Theater, the American Dream Mall the 27th, Tioga Downs Casino November 6th, and King of Prussia Mall November 10th. Call Susquehanna Trailways 570-322-5361, Monday through Friday between 8 and 4. Check the Susquehanna Trailways Facebook page and website for more information.
Coin toss just taking place as we end the final break and get set for kickoff. Montoursville won the toss, but they elect to defer for the second half. By the top of my memory, I believe that's only the second time the Montoursville will kick to start a ball game. As both teams get into their final huddles, we're set for football here from Tiger Stadium between Montoursville and Southern Columbia. And when play begins, it'll be the Montoursville Warriors kicking from what looks to be our right to our left in their white visiting uniforms, white pants, white tops, blue-colored numbers on the front and back, and a dark blue helmet with a stripe going over the middle. And for Southern Columbia, it will be dawning black pants with a gold stripe on the side, black tops with gold-colored numbers on the front and back, and black helmets with the Tiger logo on the right and left side. Full refereeing crew here for this evening's proceedings, and we can confirm that it will be Southern Columbia returning from left to right. Their main returner this year has been Braden Andrews, donning the number 24 uniform. Also back deep to return for Southern Columbia, an extra up man, but we do expect it to be Andrews who will return this kick to start the game.
Yeah, the other one is Grady Garcia. Garcia does have 5 kick returns on the season as well. Neither returner really a major threat. Neither of a kick return touchdown this year. Andrews only averaging about 24 yards a return. Garcia only averaging about 12 yards a return.
Gavin Hawley placing the football on the left side hash 40. As we're set for kickoff here, referee blows the whistle. Hawley raises his right hand, runs to the football, kicks the pigskin, a squibber, which is a turn by the up man at the 25. He bounces to the right side of the 30, cuts upfield to the 35 and lunges to about the 37-yard line. Is Caden Hopper. He returns it. Good field position for the Tigers as we're underway here from Tiger Stadium, and a first look at this Tigers offense led by the sophomore Aiden Hockenbroch, the main quarterback this season for this Tigers team. But as we talked about just off the air, Justin, this is a team that goes everywhere in terms of the offensive side of the ball. They pack behind the line of scrimmage, and they look to do so here with a 2 running back set, the quarterback under center, as Montoursville stacks the box. Taking the snap is Hockenbroch. He hands it off to the right side, bouncing to the 40 and lunging the football forward to about the 41-yard line is Tyon Pyatt, the junior. His 35th carry of the season, goes for about 3 or 4 and brings up a 2nd and 6.
Todd Crawford in for the tackle there for the Warriors, and that's something we're going to see a lot of tonight is the Warriors corners having to come in and make stops, as we expect to see a lot of runs going through either up through the middle line or just bouncing just off the tackles.
So a 2nd down and 6 on the right side, hash 41. Southern Columbia initially looked like they were going to try and go quick, but then reverted back to the huddle. They have plenty of time to snap this one, as they will spot it at the right side hash. Hockenbroch under center, takes a snap, hands it off to the left side. That's a tailback. The freshman Garcia gets met behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to go down for a loss. A stop in the backfield made. Hunter Schaefer and Christian Banks both in on it. A 1-yard loss to set up a 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Banks did a great job there, just using a swim move right through the middle of the line, filled the hole that the back was looking for, and was right there to go to the legs and wrap him up and assist with making the stop.
So here we go, a 3rd down and 7 to start middle of the park, 40-yard line for Hockenbroch, who is under center. Tailback behind him, receiver to the right side. Now motion right to left is Garcia as he takes a snap. Steps back to pass, fires to the right side, looking for the first down marker. He's got his man. Did he hold on to it? Yes, he did. A diving effort for the first down, the reception by what looks to be Blake Kissinger. Needed 7. He got about 9, and a first down, a big third down conversion for the Tigers.
Eliza Ecken covers there for the Warriors. Didn't really do anything wrong, dropping back into his zone. Just couldn't get back to the football in time, but a great job laying the hit and making sure they didn't get any more on that play.
He goes for a good pickup there on that slight comeback from Kissinger. A first down and 10, right side 49. Hockenbroch takes the snap. Will hand it off to the right side, cutting up the middle as the tailback breaks a tackle. Pyle carries all the way into the Montoursville 45. And that is where he is going to be stopped. A 6-yard pickup on contact that looked to have been made at the line of scrimmage. That was Braden Andrews getting his first carry and taking a good chunk of yards with him.
Yeah, and that's something we're going to see a lot of is just powering the ball up through the middle for Southern. That's their first down play. That's their second down play. Then we'll look for go to the air on third like they did the last series.
They're in Montoursville territory, the right side, hash 45. Hockenbroch under center, takes the snap, pitches it left side to Andrews, trying to cut upfield. He goes outside the numbers, and he's loose to the 35, the 30, 25, and is pushed out of bounds inside that 30-yard line. They'll call it the 27. Braden Andrews, a ton of speed in the open field. He's got 4 touchdowns in his last 3 games. That one, the largest rush of the game on this opening drive for the Tigers, putting them inside the Montoursville 30.
Grady Garcia for the Tigers in that one did a nice job getting out ahead of the play, tied up the Warriors' corner. There was nothing Montoursville could do to get out there and seal that edge on that one.
So a fresh set of downs, first down and 10, left side 27. Hockenbroch is under center, 2 in the backfield. He takes the snap, hands off to the weak side, bouncing off of a tackler there is Paya, but he's unable to get much. Did impressive there, didn't he, just to get back to the line of scrimmage as he was caught up on the edge. No gain to bring up a second and long.
Dylan Stein, the left tackle for the Tigers, held up 3 Warriors of the front 4 on that play by himself, and that's something Montoursville is going to have to adapt that they haven't seen the last 2 weeks, or big physical offensive linemen they're going to have to find a way through.
Pyatt stays in the backfield with Grady Garcia, the freshman, to his right. Hockenbroch is under center, receiver right side. Montoursville stacks the box as he takes snap, pitches it right side to Garcia. Looking to bounce outside the numbers to the near side, gets shy of the 25. It'll depend on the spot, but not a lot of yardage that time on the outside. Again, the Warriors equal to it. A couple trailing runs on the tackle made there by the Warriors. Elijah Eck among them.
Yeah, it was Hayden Harvey was the first one there for the Warriors, and he had to use all his speed that we normally see him showcasing out of the backfield on the offensive side to be able to seal that edge.
They'll give him just 1, a third down and 9, right side hash 26. 2 tailbacks in the backfield, under center Hockenbroch. He takes the snap. It's a play fake. He looks to the right. Now reverses left. Dumps it off to the near side. That's the reception by Andrews in the backfield, but he's not going anywhere. A big loss there on third down. Looked for that reverse screen pass. It looked like first to it was Hayden Harvey getting the TFL. A fourth down in very long while for the Tigers as the Warriors defense looked formidable there.
Yeah, for Hockenbroch, something I'm noticing here early, when he gets a snap and he's looking to pass, he's immediately just rolling back. He's not really setting up in the pocket, which is letting the Montoursville defensive front find ways through that line and then just making a beeline for him and anyone else still in the backfield.
They caught a loss of 5. They're in no man's land. A 4th and 15 at the Montoursville 31. They're looking to go for it. Hockenbroch takes the snap, fires it quickly to the left side, catches me right the first down marker. He lunges forward, and he's going to get it. On 4th down and 15, a 17-yard reception. A great pass by Hockenbroch over to the left side. A big first down to keep this drive alive is Jace Malakowski, the sophomore, with a big reception.
Warriors set up in a deep cover 3 in that one, which I don't think was a bad call, but they almost seemed to set up too far back and were playing back towards the goal line instead of worrying about the first down marker.
A 3rd and long and 4th and long conversion on this drive for the Tigers. Hockenbroch takes the snap. They'll hand it off to the fullback up the middle. He gets inside the 15 before getting wrestled down at the 13-yard line. A sizable chunk of yardage there, but they'll back it up rather to a gain of about 3. Kingston Fisher amongst them on the stop.
Warriors front 4 right now doing a great job, not trying to overcommit and get into the backfield. Just make sure they fill the gaps. Make sure there's nowhere for these running backs for the Tigers to go.
A 2nd down and 7 for the Tigers, looking to score on the opening drive of this game. Hockenbroch under center, motion left or right is the tight end. He's going to take the handoff, cuts it over to the right side, gets to about the 10 before getting, I should say, wrestled down right at that 10-yard line. Another good pickup of about 3, a third down and manageable coming here for the Tigers.
Hunter Schaefer for the Warriors right now, having to just run a marathon. It seems like every play is going away from him. He's in a dead sprint to catch up to it. And a couple times, including that last play, we've seen him be able to do it and go for those shoelace tackles to bring the guy down.
The senior Dominic Fedorov checking into the game on the left side of the line for this 3rd down and 4 at the 10. 6:40 left to go in the first. We're scoreless. Hockenbroach takes the snap. He'll hand it off to the tailback right. Tries to cut outside the numbers. Now bounces inside and gets tripped up. It looked like it was his own lineman that he had gotten his legs caught under. That was Jude Bremigen trying to put a block on the right side to Elijah Eck. The tailback tripped up, and it brings up a 4th and 4. No gain on the play, and you'd imagine the offense is staying on the field.
Yeah, this is a Tigers team. They have not they've attempted 1 field goal this year and missed it, so expect everything when they get in the red zone here to be 4-down territory.
They've also missed 5 extra points this season. They're going for it here on 4th and 4. Hockenbroach is under center. Behind him, the tailback is Talon Pyatt. 2 receivers, 1 to each side. Hockenbroach takes a snap. He looks to pass. Now rolls out to his right. Fakes now, dives forward, looking for the 1st down marker. This one's going to be close. It's right at the 7, which was required for the 1st. Hockenbroach just lunged forward towards it. By the first angle, it looked like it was a 1st down, but there's personnel changes. Did he get it? I don't believe so. A turnover on downs. A bit of a bizarre play, wasn't it, Justin? Hockenbroach had more space ahead of him, but lunged for the 1st down instead, and it looks to be a turnover on downs as this Warriors defense steps up big.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what possessed them to dive there instead of trying to get to the goal line, get an extra yard or 2. You know you're closed. You know you got to keep your drive going. But that's huge for Montoursville to be able to turn this Tigers offense away.
And now a first look at this Montoursville offense led by Jimmy Musina. He takes a snap, hands it off right side to Banks. He cuts it upfield, gets it to the 15, or rather the 10. He carries a pair of tacklers out to about the 12-yard line for a 5-yard pickup. A first look at Christian Banks, who has had a 100-plus rushing yard game in 5 of 7 games this season. As we now see a stoppage in play, this frantic start to the fixture now just slightly stalled out by an injury on the field, and it looks like it was the aforementioned Christian Banks, who is in a bit of a 4-point stance at the moment, being tended to by this medical staff. And Justin, I see you shaking your head. This is a bit of a concerning sight. It looks as though that Banks is doing all right on the field, but obviously we can't speculate on the injury, but you never want to see him down late.
No, I mean, Banks took 4 or 5 hard hits, which isn't uncommon for Banks to take. But just the jarring hit, maybe just gotten breath knocked out from him. But hopefully he's okay because, as we talked about in pregame, he's a big spark to this offense. We know he's also a big spark to the defense. Banks is not somebody the Warriors can afford to lose, especially this early into the contest.
The backup tailback is Hayden Harvey, who had just 1 carry last week. The difference? It went for 90 yards and a touchdown. He is the backup tailback. It looks like Noah Kemmerer has also checked in at fullback with Musina in the pistol. 3 receivers set, 2 left, 1 right. We're scoreless, 5.5 minutes in the first. Montoursville with at their own 12. Musina takes a snap, rolls out the pass. He fires in a tight angle, and it's incomplete. Just beyond the outstretched hands of the senior receiver, Todd Crawford. Would have been enough for the 1st down, but it was just slightly overthrown against that zone coverage, and a 3rd down and 5 for the Warriors.
And that's something Montoursville, again, from the last 2 weeks, we saw a lot of man coverage the Warriors are going up against. Musina's going to have to make those mental calculations of, I don't need to float it over somebody now. I just got to hit those open seams between the zones. That's how I'm going to move the football in the air.
Musina's task looks to have been adjusted to a greater length with that Banks injury. Trips left, 1 right. 3rd and 5, Musina takes snap. They send the house. He fires it over the middle, and it's overthrown, incomplete. Never finding the hands of Michael Reeder on that occasion. There was 1 back in coverage for the Tigers as it was a fundamental play. A drive stalled by an injury and 2 incompletions as the punting unit comes out onto the field. I believe that was Nate Gallagher in on the coverage.
And this is going to be another issue with Banks' injury. Not quite sure at the moment if he's back in or not. Can't see him in the huddle. Banks is the punter for Montoursville as well. If he's not there, who do you get the punt for you?
We'll try to get confirmation on that as
it is Banks.
Are back deep to return. Banks healthy enough to get this punt away from his own 12. 5:12 left to go. Looks like good field position coming for the Tigers. The snap is good. Banks sends a sky-high punt. Has a lot of distance on it. It takes a sideways bounce inside the 40 and an extra dive out to about the 37. A net punt of, they'll call it about 25, 26 yards. as Southern Columbia will operate inside Montoursville territory to the 30. We'll see where they officially mark it. The 37-yard line, that is where the Tigers will operate. So the Tigers got all the way into the Montoursville red zone, all the way to the 7. Were unable to convert a 4th down, but now start their second drive deep in Montoursville territory at the 37 left side hash. Hockenbroach is under center. 2 tailbacks behind him, a receiver right. Hockenbroach takes the snap and hands it off to the left side for the tailback Garcia. Tried to bounce it to the weak side. He got inside the 35 before getting wrapped up at about the 34-yard line. A 3-yard pickup from the freshman.
Something to keep in mind here with these Southern Columbia Tigers as we look at, looks like sideline warning against the Warriors was just called.
Bit of a bizarre one this early in the ball game.
The official was going over to talk to head coach Johanna right now about it. I didn't see anything from our position that looked like a sideline warning. The play wasn't even near the sideline.
Nonetheless, it is a sideline warning called, a 2nd down and 7. Hockenbroach is under center, 2 in the backfield. He takes a snap. It's a reverse play over to the right side. It looks like they weren't ready for it. It's inside the 30. The receiver is finally brought down right past that 1st down marker to about the 25-yard line. Good little trick play there made by the Tigers. That looked like Braden Andrews, who had that reverse out to the right side. Excellent play design in a 1st down.
And that's something these Tigers excel at, and something Montoursville's got to raise. They have 6 or 7 different options out of every look we're going to see on their offense.
Hockenbroach back under center, 1st and 10, right side hash 25. He'll take the snap, hand off to the left side, looking for Pyatt, but he's not going far. Immediately wrapped up in the backfield. He lunged forward to negate a big loss. Owen Kleinman looked to have been first there on the stop, along with another Warrior tackler to set up a 2nd and 10.
Now, going back to the original comment I was going to make before the Montoursville penalty, something to keep in mind with these Tigers, they're coming off back-to-back losses. This is the first time since 2009 these Tigers have come off back-to-back losses. Put that in perspective, the Montoursville seniors were 3 years old the last time the Tigers lost 2 games.
They go quickly, a handoff to Andrews, able to cut it upfield, shedding a tackle in the backfield, gets inside the 25 rather, before getting wrapped up at about the 23. A lot of effort on that play. He was only able to pick up about 2 yards on the carry from Andrews to set up a 3rd down and long. By the way, that 2009 season where they lost 2 in a row, that was they wound up finishing, I should say, with a 9-5 record. That's the most losses that Jim Roth, 40th year in charge of this team, has had in a season. 3rd down and 8, left side 23. Hockenbroach under center, tailback behind now, motion man right to left. He takes a snap and now a flag is down. Flag down, that stops the play, and this looks like a false start, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, a stop play like that, and there's the signal that is a false start against the Tigers. And that's huge here for Montoursville, a team that really needs to do everything they can. You can't let Southern in the end zone right now after giving them that good a field position starting in Warriors territory.
So 3:13 left to go in the first quarter. Tigers nothing, Warriors nothing. And now a running clock after the false start. A 3rd down and 13. This ball backed up to the 28-yard line left side. They've had a couple long conversions, thanks to the arm of Aiden Hockenbroach. See what he's able to do here. He lines up under center. Tailback behind him, I believe, is Pyatt. Now motion man right to left as he takes a snap. It's a play fake. Under pressure, Hockenbroach. He rolls out to his right to buy time. Stays up in the pocket. Now fires right side. Catch is made. Shy of the 1st down marker. He's immediately wrapped up at the 24-yard line. It was a really well-done play by Aiden Hockenbroach. Even to find anyone after that fact, but the receiver can only pick up 3. It's a 4th down and 9. Offense stays on the field.
I'll be honest, that did not look like a sophomore quarterback out there making those. I don't know how he was able to escape the pressure he was under in the backfield, and then to find a receiver downfield with Warriors scattered all over the place. Well done on that play to keep it alive.
They keep the offense on the field. 4th down and 7, right side 26. He takes a snap quickly. Hockenbroach fires left side, looking for the 1st down marker. It's batted away, incomplete. There's a lot of contact on the play, but no flag thrown. It's a 2nd straight turnover on downs for the Tigers offense. They were able to get deep into Montoursville territory again, but were unable to bear any fruit.
Yeah, it was a great job on defense there by Carlos Tiara. Just getting his hands over the receiver, not affecting his path to the ball in any way, which is what kept the flag in the pocket, but being able to reach over and make sure he got to the ball first. Well done there. And now we get a second look at the Warriors, who need to get something going offensively this drive.
They do not have a 1st down yet. They were 3 and outed after a 5-yard run and 2 incomplete passes on their opening drive. They start on the left side hash 22-yard line of 1st and 10. Banks back in at tailback, 3 receivers set, 2 right, 1 left. Musina takes a snap, hand off to Banks, cuts in between the tackles, spins away from the defender, takes a couple hard hits past the 25, and is finally wrapped up all the way out to the 28-yard line in what should have been, you have to say, maybe a gain of about 1, maybe 2. I'll call that a gain of 5. That's the Christian Banks effect.
And that's great seeing him go back to Banks here after he took the hit that knocked him out for a couple plays. Bring him back in the game, let him get hit again, let him get used to it and be like, yes, I am okay, I can do this. And, I mean, we saw he took about 7 hits on that play as well, including the first one in the backfield.
They call it a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 at the 28-yard line. 3 receivers, 2 right, 1 left as Southern Columbia stacks the box. Musina takes the snap. Hand off to Banks, cuts it weak side, gets beyond to the 30. He's got the 1st down and more. 35, outside the numbers to the 40. Spins away from a tackler and is finally wrapped up at the 42. Christian Banks turning mildew into barbecue. Initially looked to have been met at the line of scrimmage. He was able to cut it to the outside, and it's a fresh set of downs for Montoursville.
And that's the threat that Christian Banks is, and Southern Columbia clearly aware of stacking the box, knowing another Banks run is coming. And before they could even react, Banks was through the first level and into the secondary, and it still took 5 or 6 Tigers to bring him to the ground.
That's the first down of the game for Montoursville. A 14-yard pickup for Banks. A fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Left side hash 42 with a minute to go in the first. Musina in the gun motions. Burkett left to right. He takes the snap. Handoff again to Banks. He cuts it to the weak side of the 45. Tripped up from behind, just shy of midfield. At about the 49-yard line, a gain of 7 from Banks as this rushing offense, well, we talked about it in the pregame, how they've really relied heavily on it, but when you're getting yards like this, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, we know Southern Columbia's game plan for it. They've definitely seen it on film after the last 2 weeks. But if they can't stop Banks, why would you change it up? Just keep turning around and handing it to 0.
Time for at least one last play in this scoreless first quarter between Montoursville and Southern Columbia. A 2nd down and 3, left side 49. Musina in the gun, takes a snap, steps back to pass, fires over, they'll caught for the 1st down and more. Inside the 40, breaks the tackle to the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and is wrapped up at the 7-yard line. Michael Reeder making the reception over the middle, shedded a tackler, and bounced it outside the numbers. It'll be goal to go territory for Montoursville.
And what a great job there by Dominic Fedorov, the senior for the Tigers, able to chase that play down from across the field, making sure he can get there and make the stop. And it looks like Montoursville's going to be content to let this quarter run out.
The big money threat, Michael Reeder, providing a big spark, a 40-plus yard reception to take us to triple zeros. We're scoreless, but the Warriors driving against the Tigers after 1. You're tuned in to Montoursville High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Grab your chance at the new scratch-off ticket, Witch's Brew Bucks, giving you a chance at 10 top prizes of $100,000. You must be at least 18 years old to play. The Pennsylvania Lottery again generated more than $1 billion last year for programs for older Pennsylvanians. Visit our Facebook page, Bear Country 99.9 FM WQBR, and get your chance to win Witch's Brew Bucks scratch-off tickets. Like the page, like the post, then sign up to win. From the Bear.
At Boot Barn, we're driven by everything the cowboy boot stands for. The reliable communities of the West, the hardened values of the cowboy, and the unshakable spirit of all who lead a tenacious lifestyle. Justin Boots capture these Western ideals in every pair. Their handcrafted boots are an invitation into the continuing story of the West, open to all who dream of untamed lands and endless Western skies. Justin Boots at Boot Barn.
As we start the second quarter, Montoursville 0, Southern Columbia 0, but the Warriors driving. They're inside the Southern Columbia 10 at the left side, hash 7, after the big play from Jimmy Musina to Michael Reeder. A 1st and goal on the left side, hash 7. Musina under center, in I formation, 2 receivers set. He takes the snap, handoff to the tailback. Banks tries to cut up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, and this time the pile formed very early. We'll see if he even got back and got a yard out of it, as they'll say he got 1. 2nd down and goal after the 1-yard dash from Banks. That time the Tigers really sailed out on the A-gap and it paid dividends.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't even Banks with his ability to get out. You're not getting away from 4 defensive linemen that the Tigers wrapped up on you at once. But the good news is showing that you're still ready to go to the run. That keeps the passing lanes open like we saw in that big play to Reeder. The threat of Banks is forcing Southern Columbia to stack the box. That can leave the corner of the end zones open here.
So a second and goal at the 6, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Musina in the gun, Banks to his right. A motion man left to right as he takes a snap. Musina rolls out, fires to the right side. It's tipped in the air and incomplete. Right at the face of Musina, batting that one away. I believe that was Chase Williams who got that pass deflection. Nothing doing there. A 3rd down and 6 as the Tigers, who were stopped a couple of times deep in Montoursville territory, are trying to replicate that on the defensive side of the ball here.
And Williams, I brought him up in pregame as the big threat for Southern Columbia on that front 4, showing why. Musina was also under pressure from behind. He didn't have any choice but to throw it, knowing I'm probably not getting it away from Williams, but I'm about to get drilled if I don't get rid of this.
Extra receiver checking in is James Williams. They put trips to the right, 1 receiver left. Banks next to Musina. He rolls out right as he takes a snap. Dumps it off to Banks. It's tipped up into the air and incomplete. Nearly intercepted as Banks couldn't come up with it. He parried it up in the air. It was a 50-50 ball between him and Nate Gallagher. If Gallagher got it, that's a pick 6 the other way. Blushes spared from Banks as it looks like the field goal unit might be coming out onto the field.
Yeah, I mean, Montoursville got lucky on that one. There's no way to put it. That's a rare mistake we see out of Banks, and for the pop up in the air like that, Montoursville is lucky to try to come away with any points on this drive now.
So they're going to try a field goal attempt. A field goal attempt. Gavin Hawley this season, this is just going to be his 2nd attempt. The snap is good. The hold, the kick on the way has the distance, but it's no good. He was unable to hook it to the right. And an empty possession for the Warriors as Hawley was unable to convert from about 22 yards out. A missed field goal, and astonishingly, after all the offense that we've seen from both teams, we're still at a goose egg.
Well, coming into this contest tonight, people from multiple media outlets were saying this is the game to watch in District 4, if not the whole Eastern Conference this week. Like, this is the one that you want to put your eyes on, and we're seeing it here, but for Montoursville, that's huge. You get all the momentum behind you after that long completion to Reeder, and you end up with nothing. And as you heard after the kick was missed, the southern sideline starting to come back to life now with their offense heading back onto the field.
A rapturous roar after that missed field goal, trying to bring the crowd back in it. And now Hockenbroach looking to get busy. This Tigers team still scoreless with Montoursville with 11 minutes left to go. As we get a stoppage, a bit of a long stoppage to spot the ball at the 20 after that missed field goal. 11 minutes to go, as mentioned, though, in the first half.
Something to keep in mind here, and Montoursville, with the end of the quarter, that's really the first time this defense and offense have a chance to go to the sideline and game plan. As we've talked about in past weeks, a lot of Montoursville's players are playing 2 ways. So now we'll be curious to see which way or what adjustments they can make.
Oh, this is going to be backed up 5 after a false start penalty. That was a play that was doomed from the start. Blaze Kissinger checked in very late when the huddle had already broken. There was only 10 players in the huddle for the Tigers. And then there was some movement on the line from the near side, and ultimately a play to forget for the Tigers. They'll back them up 5 after the false start. 1st and 15, back at the 15.
Okay, this time we got 11 in the huddle. So, making some progress, Southern Columbia.
One step at a time. Hey, I'll tell you what, with this Tigers team, you never want to underestimate them, though. Got to get the 11 guys on the field, and now they're ready to cook. They have 6 to snap. Hockenbroach under center, 2 in the backfield. Hockenbroach takes the snap. Hand it off to the right side. To the weak side is the tailback, and he'll get to the line of scrimmage, but really not much else. A good pursuit drill made by the linebackers of Montoursville, quickly closing in, and really nothing doing there from Braden Andrews.
And really, Montoursville's defense doing exactly what they need to do here against Southern Columbia. It's nice that they're only giving up a couple yard gains, but really that's your goal today. Just fill, for the front 4, fill the A gap, fill the B gaps, and then let your linebackers sit back, read the play, identify which way it's going, and just collapse to the ball. Don't try to overcommit and leave massive gaps for Southern Columbia to run through because they will burn you on it.
They'll give him a yard. So 2nd and 14, right side 16. Hockenbroach under center. He takes a snap, steps back to pass, quickly fires over the middle. It's caught past the 25 and just shy of that 30-yard line where the first down marker is, or rather, They're going to put him right at the 30, and it'll be a first down. That's just an excellent play by Hockenbrook, firing it to Kissinger over the middle. That play has been working a couple of times so far today, and on a long down-to-go distance, another first down for the Tigers.
And much like we were talking about the Warrior offense, same thing applies to the Tiger offense. The run game is so strong. Montoursville's having to commit to the run first. It's opening up those gaps in the Montoursville secondary.
A 14-yard reception, 1st and 10 at the 30. Hockenbrook under center, hands it off to the outside for Andrews. He rolls outside the numbers, past the 30 to the 35, and is wrapped up from behind at the 37-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and now we're really starting to see a lot of those gaps beginning to form in the ground game.
And something to keep in mind, the Montoursville defensive front is also the Montoursville offensive front for the most part. So you really have to wait, and it looks like we have a flag on the play.
Well, just as we said it, a big 7-yard gain to keep the drive going, negated by a holding penalty. Just a brutal penalty to have. We just brought up, we didn't see the flag, of course, that is when you really start to feel that Tigers' momentum was going. All of a sudden, they're backed up 10.
So first down 20. This is, again, the escape Montoursville needs right now for the defense. They got some room to work, but they got to watch their secondaries. Southern Columbia can look to pass now, too.
A 1st and 20. They go with the reverse play out to the left side. He gets beyond the line of scrimmage, but is quickly wrapped up is the receiver who received that end around to the left side, Christian Banks. That was a violent tackle, it looked like, on the tailback, Grady Garcia. Did get positive yardage. They'll call it 3, but still a 2nd and 17 for this Tigers team to operate.
And their new look kind of there for Tigers in the game for their offense. We saw the double reverse this time. Montoursville luckily sat back and identified it and didn't overcommit, and Christian Banks there to wrap it up. But that's another look now. You got to think, okay, there's a handoff. Is there going to be another one now?
Hockenbrook under center. He takes a snap. He steps back to pass. Hit as he throws. It's one-on-one coverage, and it's incomplete. Oh, just off of the fingertips of the receiver who just had a leg. I believe that was Chase Malakowski who had that opportunity. There was one back in coverage there. It was one-on-one with him and I believe Michael Reeder as it sets up a 3rd and long as Reeder did just enough.
Yeah, and Hockenbrook, I mean, that ball was on the money. It was right where it needed to be to give his receiver the shot at it. Just wasn't able to bring it in. But, again, he does not look like a sophomore quarterback here for Southern Columbia. He looks like he's a senior out there.
3rd and 18, 8:44 left. We're still scoreless in this first half. Hockenbrook under center takes a snap. He looks to the right side. He fires again, one-on-one, push off, and a catch is made for the first down. A flag comes in late as Malakowski keeps going past midfield. 45, 40, carries the pile all the way to the 36-yard line, but a flag is down. There was some pushing, really, you have to say, from both parties as Malakowski that time was able to beat the defensive back Reeder, but this is going to depend on the flag. We'll see who it's on. It could really be on anybody, at least from my perspective, but it looked as though Malakowski had that extra push, and that is going to be the call. Another brutal penalty, and you'd have to say maybe a bit cruel for the receiver. We did see a little bit of that push off, but it seemed like it was going both ways.
It was going both ways. I think what sold it to the official was the final push off on Reeder. Reeder started moving backwards, and that's where the penalty comes from, is you're affecting the route of the receiver or you're affecting the coverage of the defense. When you forcefully change the defender's direction like that, it's going to draw the penalty. And as you know, it's 3rd and long. It's about 3rd and a mile now for Southern Columbia.
It could have been a 35-yard reception. Instead, it's 3rd and 28 for the Tigers. They're backed up to their own 11. They need the 40 for the first down.
The problem is for Montoursville now, we've seen Southern likes to go 4 down at any point.
Hockenbrook goes for the handoff to the right side, and tripped up in the backfield is Braden Andrews. He'll lose a yard there. He went for that reverse play out to the right side. The edge rusher closed in on him, did enough to trip him up, brought him to ground. It'll be a 4th down and 30. And you imagine the punting unit now will come out onto the field. Preston Shadle, who's averaging 32 yards a punt this season, is the typical punter.
Looks like that is him out there. I just want to point out, not really going to be surprised, Christian Banks the one making the key stop for the Warriors.
2 back deep to return, including Kane Moore. Snap is good. This one booted away. It's a bit of a low punt that takes the friendly bounce all the way past midfield to the opposite 48. Good punt that was from Shadle, but good field position for the Warriors. They're going to start this drive at their own 48-yard line, right in at the S of the SC logo at midfield. So 7 minutes and 44 seconds left to play in the first half. Montoursville 0, Southern Columbia 0. A real stalemate type of match, which has a lot of offense, but nobody able to break the deadlock yet.
That's the thing. We're seeing what happens when you have two defenses that are built with the mentality of bend but don't break here. Both making deep drives and both getting shut out.
A pistol right formation for Musina. 3 receivers set. He takes the snap. Will hand off to Banks. Puts 2 hands on the football. Gets past midfield. And by the time he's tripped up, he gets all the way to the 45-yard line for a 7-yard gain.
So Christian Banks on that one, realized he was contacted back at his own 49's third fall, and he didn't actually fall till he got up to the Southern Columbia 45.
I tell you what, it is fun. It is a real pleasure being able to call this young man on the ground throughout this season, Justin. I'm sure you feel the same way.
Absolutely. What we're learning now, even gravity can't bring down Christian Banks.
2nd down and 3 at the Southern Columbia 45. A 2nd and 3. They'll hand it off to the fullback. That's Hayden Harvey. Bounces to the outside. He's got the first down inside the 40. And by the time he's wrapped up at the 37, the chain gain is moving. That was very patient from Hayden Harvey, waiting for the pocket and the hole to develop. He was able to bounce it left and move the chains for the Montoursville Warrior offense.
I was about to question on that. Obviously, I like the play call of having Banks out there, don't give it to Banks, hoping they key on him. But they both went the same direction. But what a job with his patience there at the line, waiting for that hole to open, trying to make something out of nothing.
Hayden Harvey, the last 3 games, averaging 15 yards a carry. That one less than 15, but enough for the first. A 1st and 10, Musina. In the gun, a 3 receiver set. He takes the snap. They rush 5. Musina drops the pass. He fires over the middle, and it is incomplete. That is great coverage there. The intended target, Todd Crawford, he was pretty much flaced by the defensive back there in on the coverage, who deflected it away and brings up a 2nd and long.
Brendan Reamer was the one back in coverage on the receiver. Nate Gallagher up in front as well, able to get up, put a hand up, and that might have disrupted the timing as well of him getting up in the air and doing that. And I guess Southern's doing a very nice job right now, staying in the zone, but moving around and not really giving Messina a read on where the openings in the zone is going to be.
Stops the clock with 6:24 in the half. 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Messina takes the snap. Will hand it off to Banks. Tries to cut to the weak side. Gets met at the line of scrimmage. Pushes someone forward. And will get brought down at the 35-yard line for a pickup of 2. There were some extracurriculars after the fact on the far side, but nothing nearly enough to warrant a flag.
Yeah, it was Nate Gallagher again for the Tigers, and you can see the Tigers starting to make the adjustment, not looking for the big hit, not looking to drive through somebody. He literally just wrapped up Banks and dropped all his weight to the ground to bring Banks down with him.
A 3rd down and 8 on the left side hash, 35, less than 6 minutes to go in a scoreless first half between Montoursville and Southern Columbia. 3 receivers, 2 right, 1 left for Musina in the pistol right set. Harvey the fullback, Banks the tailback. Musina takes a snap. Will hand off to Banks. He tries to wait for the pocket to develop, but it never does. He lunges forward and is able to pick up 1 to the 34, but it'll bring up a 4th down and 7, and a difficult decision to be made here for Joe Hanna. By the time he snaps this ball, there will only be 5 minutes left to go in the first half, and it seems like the decision really hasn't been made yet, with the huddle still looking on that far side. And now we're going to see Elijah Eck, the freshman quarterback, come into the game on this 4th down and 7, as Banks is in as well. But Elijah Eck, the freshman quarterback, is in the game. This could be potentially a pooch punt, but this looks like they're going for it. The freshman Eck drops back to pass. He's under pressure, trying to make something happen. He bounces to the left side, gets inside the 35, but he's not going to get there. Brought down at the 34. He needed 7. He only picked up 5. A turnover on downs. It looked like an attempted trick play that just never went together. Eck got positive yards, but not enough for the first, as the Tigers offense comes back onto the field.
I'm kind of torn on this one. I mean, I like the idea from Montoursville giving a different look that you really don't see with putting Eck in there, trying to trick play. But at the same time, you're playing a defending state champion. You need points. If you're going to take the shot, take the shot. Don't try to overthink it and do too much.
So the Tigers will operate at their own 31 right side, 1st and 10. Hockenbroach under center. He takes the snap, hands off to the right side of the tailback, spins away from a tackler as Pyatt, but he's going backwards. Forward progress will give him maybe one as he gets wrapped up for a 2nd down and 9 to come after Pyatt just starting to struggle. He had a good initial carry to start the game, but he's struggling to get positive yardage.
Yeah, and a lot of that is Montoursville's front four. Instead of being overpowered or trying to get through and make stops in the backfield, they're content to just sit on the line. Hey, come to me. I'm more than happy to bring you down where I'm at.
So a 2nd down and 9 on the right side, 32 after the snag from the junior. We're still scoreless with 4:15 left to play. Both teams with all 3 of their timeouts. Hockenbroach under center takes the snap. It's a play fake. Hockenbroach going to tuck and run it to the left side. Gets outside the numbers to the 35. Runs over a defender past the 40. And he's got the 1st down in emphatic fashion. How about that from the sophomore? Aiden Hockenbroach running over a defender and getting enough for the 1st.
And that's another threat that Montoursville has to keep in mind. Hockenbroach doesn't have a ton of yardage, but that's his 30th carry of the year. He does have a touchdown on the ground as well. He is able to pull it down, keep himself, and go if he needs to.
That one went for about 12. That was his 30th carry, as mentioned, of the season. He's now got 48 yards on the campaign. 1st down and 10 on the left side, 43 with less than 4 minutes to go in the first half. Hockenbroach under center. Motion left to right is Andrews. He takes the snap. Will hand it off up the middle instead to the fullback. Gets positive yardage past the 45 and will get brought down at the 48-yard line towards the left side. A positive play there of about 5 for this Tigers offense, who has been selling out on the run game. And they get a productive gain there.
Thing to keep in mind here, these short little runs, the one thing it is doing is wearing down the Montoursville defense as well. That's something to keep in mind, is keeping your guys fresh, keeping guys rotate in and out so you don't give up that big play.
A 2nd and 5 at the 48. Quick handoff to the right side. Andrews tripped up in the backfield, stays on his feet, but then gets wrapped up. That's going to be a loss. Braden Andrews unable to find that edge, and we have seen today how dangerous he is when he is able to get something outside of the hashes, but that time there was just nothing doing.
No, Braden Burker able to come in from his DB position, reading the run effectively, getting into the backfield, and then holding up and waiting to see which way the run was going to go, and able to collapse to it.
A 2-yard loss, a 3rd and 7 with 2:46 left in the first half. Ball spotted at the Southern Columbia 46. One receiver right side, Hockenbroach under center. Now a motion right to left as he takes a snap, play fake. Hockenbroach steps up, now fires it deep. He's got a man, and it is bobbled in the air. Did he hold on to it? It'll depend on the refs. They'll say he did. A reception inside the 15. What a play to find Braden Andrews. It looked like it was bobbled up momentarily, but Andrews came down with it. A big money play for the Tigers. They'll have 1st down and 10 inside the 15.
Kane Moore in coverage there for the Warriors. And again, just the speed that Southern Columbia has on the outside, getting behind the Montoursville secondary. He did everything he could. Moore threw his arms up, not knowing where the ball was, trying to disrupt the play. Just wasn't able to do enough.
Hockenbroach trying to get busy. He lines up under center. The tailback is Pyatt. Motion man left to right is Andrews. He takes the snap, and Andrews bobbled it. Able to pick it back up. Slides down. A flag is in late. As he slid onto the football, it's going to be a 2-yard loss as they went for that end around to Andrews, but there is a penalty marker down as well. A lot to discuss here as the clock stops with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left in this first half, and this could be a very consequential penalty marker.
Yeah, White Hat already made his initial signal as he's making the call now. Holding going against Southern Columbia. And we talked last week with the Warriors. Key penalties at key times costing them big. That's the story tonight for the Tigers as well, as we've seen a pass interference call that negated a big play. They drive down to the red zone again. A hold pulls them back out of the red zone. That's not the mistakes you make if you want to push in, but for the Warriors, that's the breathing room they needed desperately.
And so they're backed up 10. 1st down and 20. Southern Columbia with it at the Montoursville 24 right side hash. After that highly consequential holding penalty, so you're now at less than 2 minutes. Both teams with all 3 of their timeouts. They're not using them yet. Hockenbroach under center, a 2-receiver set. Pyatt, the tailback, now motion right to left as he takes snap, handed off on the reverse to the left side. That looks to be Garcia. Bounces inside the 20, inside the hashes, and will get wrapped up at the 18. That negates a lot of that penalty yardage. A pickup of about 8, but still a 2nd down and 13 to come after they'll give him a 7-yard gain.
Landon Moorhart on that one did a great job from the defensive line, reading the play, realizing it was going to an edge, got off his blocker and dropped back to read the play and was able to collapse back onto it to make the tackle.
You surprised no timeout taken by Montoursville? They have all 3, just over a minute to go.
I think you want to just keep the pace you are right now. Don't give Southern a chance to regroup.
Hockenbroach under center, and, well, this will stop the clock. A penalty marker is down. And a false start again. And I tell you what, in terms of the discipline battle, Montoursville's winning it, the Tigers, with another consequential penalty.
Yeah, and the penalties are big. But I want to go back to the timeouts. This is the other reason you don't want to call a timeout right now. Southern's making mistakes against themselves. Montoursville would love to save some time on this clock potentially, but you don't want to give the Tigers a chance to go to the sideline and talk directly to Jim Roth and figure out where the mistake's coming from either.
So a 2nd down and 18. There's less than a minute to go. It should be known Montoursville is starting with the football in the second half. Hockenbroach is under center, 2 receiver set, takes a snap, drops back to pass. Quickly fires to the right side. He's got a man, but it's incomplete. Incomplete. Carlos Tira in on the coverage. It was Jace Malakowski, the sophomore, the intended target. He was looking to the end zone. He threw it to the pylon, and it'll be a 3rd and long.
And Tira, again, this is another one. Montoursville secondary. Luckily, Southern's not going to the air that much right now, but they are letting the receivers get behind them. They have to drop back into the deep zone, which is also hard to do because that's going to open up more running lanes as well. It's tough to find that balance.
A 3rd down and 18. Southern Columbia with it at the Montoursville 23. Under center, Hockenbroach takes a snap. He's set to pass again. He fires it again. Same man again to the far side. A 50-50 ball. He came down with it. And they'll say he made the reception for the first all the way to the 4. Oh, what a play to find the receiver. A pinpoint 50-50 ball. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Southern Columbia with 38 seconds in the half.
So I was talking about Southern Columbia's speed that they have. That was Christian Banks that got beat on that one. How often do you hear that said? Someone beat Christian Banks.
I believe it was Garcia who got the reception, but we'll await confirmation on it. Unbeknownst to Banks was the reception there made by, we believe, was Garcia. So a 1st and goal at the 4. They're going to have 4 attempts to punch this in. Hockenbroach under center, 3 in the backfield. They'll hand it off right side to Andrews. He bounces to the outside. It is upended. We saw both of his feet in the air as he was able to pick up about 2 out to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, Banks just laying the wood on that hit right there, trying to make a statement, which isn't surprising after you look at the play he just gave up. As it looks like somebody's taking time out here, likely Southern Columbia Tigers, and it is.
So a timeout taken with 30.9 on the clock. It is, as you mentioned, the Tigers taking the timeout. A chance for us to take a deep breath here in the press box. Let's try to dissect what was just a bizarre, a quick, an incredible first half that hasn't seen any points yet, but the Tigers, their best opportunity to get on the scoreboard.
I think, honestly, the best way to describe it, this is the most offense you can see without points going on the board. Montoursville's been threatening, Southern's been threatening, but I talked about in pregame, the defense is going to decide this game tonight. And that's exactly what we're seeing is both defenses bending, letting the offenses get into the red zone, but finding a way to stand that up. And it's going to be key here for Montoursville to, it's going to be hard to get behind them now as the ball sits at the 4-yard line for Southern Columbia. But make sure your corners and your safeties have the zone set. Don't let anyone sneak out unseen. But the front 4 and the linebackers have to hold that front line here.
You really get the sense that this is a monumentous moment in this game. As they go out of the huddle, Hockenbroach under center quickly takes a snap. Hand off to Pyatt, tries to bounce to the outside again, but he's not going to get there. They'll stop him at about the 2.5-yard line. He was unable to get much out of it as Talon Pyatt couldn't cross the goal line. He does get a yard out to the 2, and another timeout taken now with 23.5 seconds remaining. It'll be a 3rd and goal as they are so perilously close, aren't they, Southern Columbia? But just unable to get it. They've gotten a yard on each of their last 2 running plays to get them to where they are here.
Really, the difference maker right now is the Montoursville front 4. They're not letting Southern's offensive line get that surge forward, which would open up some of the gaps. And I'm assuming that's what's being said on the far sideline, the Montoursville huddle right now, is just keep doing what you're doing. Keep holding the offensive line where they are. Don't give them any openings. You don't need to get into the backfield and make a stop necessary. You just need to stop the forward surge from happening.
And a quick chance to look at our Central PA Sports update as both teams exit the huddles. Mount Carmel up 28-0 against Central Mountain. Bald Eagle 14-6 against Greater Johnstown. And Bishop McCourt 14-0 against Bellefonte. Back on the field here. An eruption now of this Tigers crowd trying to will this team to the end zone. 3rd down and goal at the 2.5. Hockenbroach under center. Both teams scoreless. in the dying embers of this first half. He takes the snap, hands it off to the outside. It's going to be a foot race. He gets by the defender, reaches for the end zone. It is a Southern Columbia touchdown. It was a reverse play to the outside. It looked as though momentarily that Montoursville had it covered, but the second effort, able to charge his way up the middle, was Caden Hopper, who crossed the goal line, and the Tigers strike first, with just 17 seconds left in the half.
And the Montoursville defense was ready for something off the edge. They just weren't able to get out there quick enough. When they did, Hopper was able to spin out of one tackle and then stretch to get to the goal line.
So Caden Hopper with the rushing touchdown on 3rd and goal, and now the extra point, snap, hold, kick on the way, a line drive that splits the uprights. 17 seconds left in this first half. We have our first score. Southern Columbia 7, Montoursville nothing, with Caden Hopper, the junior tailback, able to score on a reverse play with just less than 20 seconds to go in the first half. You think back to Mount Carmel, where Mount Carmel was able to get a score late in the first half as well. They were able to take firm control of the game in the second half. Do you think this could be the opportunity for Southern Columbia to do something similar?
I think the Tigers are always a threat, no matter what time of game it is. I expect to see a squib kick here and try to force Montoursville to run clock and end up taking this to the half. But Southern Columbia on the home field, they have the first points of the game. They're going to go into the half with, barring something crazy here from the Warriors in the last 20 seconds, they're going to go to the half with the momentum as well. Montoursville has to find a way to start getting things turned around, and quickly, because we saw what can happen in that Mount Carmel matchup.
The Warriors also start with the ball in the second half. So with 17 seconds left, the Warriors with all 3 of their timeouts, but you question how long you want to stay at the craps table if you're going to try to force something late in this first half. As this one will be sent away by the kicker, Preston Shadle, out to the right side, return to the 15. He takes it to the 20 as Michael Reeder tries to bounce it to the outside. He's going backwards to the 15, gets a blindside block as he gets wrapped up out of bounds at the 26, but the flag's flying. A blindside block called with 8 seconds left. And if you were wondering whether or not the Warriors were just going to kneel this out into the second half, that penalty for the blindside will just about wrap it up.
Yeah, penalty is called on Braden Burkett, and you heard Nick's call. It couldn't be more obvious than that. It's really the only thing, though, Burkett could do to keep the ball carrier on his feet at that point. He was already beat and couldn't set a proper block. Just tried to get something going. And if you're going to do it as the Warriors, this is the time to do it. You're probably going to kneel the clock out anyway. Now it just gives you more incentive to do it and send it to the half.
So with 8.3 left, the ball will be spotted at the Montoursville 7 left side. Warriors with all 3 of their timeouts, and we've seen them not kneel the ball to go into halftime, but just run it and see if Banks can try and push one. But judging by the formation being run, it looks as though Jimmy Musita will just take a knee like it's pregame chapel and take us into the locker room.
I don't know. Banks might want a running start as he's about 10 yards behind the play.
Well, he's going to use that running start for another day as the kneel down successful from Musina. And I tell you what, a close one. A close one at Tiger Stadium, an exciting one for the neutral. We're just 49 minutes into this fixture, and we're at the halftime whistle with Southern Columbia up 7-0 against Montoursville. Caden Hopper on 3rd down and goal with just 20 seconds left, able to punch one in from 2.5 yards out as the Tigers go into the locker room, the happier team, but a real close one to be had here at Tiger Stadium. We'll have our halftime coverage coming up next. You're tuned in to Montoursville High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Hey campers, Graham here from C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV. Don't store your old RV another winter. Save thousands on a new camper this fall, and we'll store it for free. We have a great selection of 2023 and 2024 models with end-of-season pricing. So buy now, and when you're ready to camp next spring, we'll have your new camper ready. Visit us in the beautiful Pine Creek Valley or browse online at chwaltzoutdoor.com. Adventure awaits at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV.
Your home, your family, your moments. First Alert is reminding you to be prepared and install smoke and carbon monoxide alarms on every level and in every bedroom of your home. Don't forget to add First Alert fire extinguishers on every level, plus the kitchen. And know how to use them. Protection is key to help protect life's moments, and First Alert is your partner through it all. Get fire safety you can trust by visiting firstalert.com and Lowe's stores today.
Known for years as the place to get what you need, Ellery Now Hardware is your one-stop hardware shop. Paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn, and garden. It's why we've endured for decades. Open weekdays 7 to 7, Saturday 10 till 6, Sunday 10 till 2. 570-368-1090 for questions you might have. Serving Montoursville and the surrounding area since 1946 at 917 Broad Street. Go Warriors!
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double hot, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Hey, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Well, I do now.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
Did you say you're cutting me off?
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-885-5588. 800-885-5588.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Everything you need in one place. Jiffy Market in Jersey Shore. Now your first choice for great hot food, breakfast sandwiches, bagels, French toast sticks, boneless wings, hash browns, garbage fries, and taco wraps. PA lottery tickets and skill games at ATM, fresh-made sandwiches, meat and cheese by the pound, snacks, candy, slushies, and more. All at Jiffy Market. Everything you need in one place. Across from the post office in downtown Jersey Shore. Stop and shop. Jiffy Market in Delhi.
Check it out, the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. At Verizon, you can get it when you trade in any phone from one of their top brands.
Any?
Any.
Even if it's 4 years old?
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk?
Yep.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk, then a scooter runs it over, so now it's not just old and cracked, but shattered?
With Verizon, the answer is always yes. New and existing customers can trade in any phone from one of our top brands in any condition for the new iPhone 16 Pro with unlimited Ultimate. Trade-in terms apply. See Verizon.com for details. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
Did you know you can watch all your favorite crime shows for free on Pluto TV?
Totally free?
Totally free. They've got CSI New York, NCIS, Criminal Minds, Blue Bloods, Tracker, FBI, SWAT, all for free.
There's something suspicious going on here.
Nothing suspicious, just hundreds of free crime shows. On Pluto TV, crime never pays, and neither do I.
Pluto TV.
Stream now, pay never.
The Bear is cutting edge country. WQBR.
Your destination for Kubota is Dodder Equipment, just south of Mill Hall on Route 64. Soon the cool down will begin and fall chores will be the order of the day. Dodder Equipment knows that and has a fantastic selection of Kubotas in stock to handle everything from mowing grass to pushing snow. Kubota has the best quality equipment from tractors of all sizes, side-by-sides, track hoes, skid steer loaders, and even farm equipment. Visit Dodder Equipment, just south of Mill Hall on Route 64.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less than their projection, and you could win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the Flex Play, so you can still cash out if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the Prize PrizePicks app today and use code PRIMETIME and get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on PrizePicks to get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks, run your game. Must be present in certain states where it is lawful to wager. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
It's the taste you grew up with. Pudgy's in Montoursville. Specialties like buffalo chicken, cheesesteak, and veggie pizzas. There's always time for a slice from Pudgy's before or after the game. Stay tuned for info about our next cruise-in coming soon from 5 till 8. Open to all cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Pudgy's of Montoursville in the shopping center across from Alexander Kia. You can't go wrong with the taste you grew up with from Pudgy's of Montoursville.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Fall Sale and get 30% off paints and stains from October 11th through the 21st. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your bedroom, living room, or home office, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the propane tank on your grill first, before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
We are at halftime at Tiger Stadium in Catawissa, Pennsylvania. Your halftime score, Southern Columbia 7, Montoursville nothing. Great to have you with us for this halftime report alongside Justin Hawkins. I'm Nicholas Severini. Justin, the flashpoint came with just 17 seconds remaining. In that first half, Caden Hopper scoring on the end-around handoff at the 2.5-yard line, just from 2.5 yards out. All that was required for the receiver to find the painted turf. Extra point was true as the Tigers up 7-0 against the Warriors, but it's not exactly indicative of what we've seen on the offensive side of the ball. Both offenses have been going the length of the field, just about punching one in. That's been an issue for both of these teams. The Tigers, of course, breaking the goose egg in that fact with less than 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, and I mean, it's something we talked about in pregame is a lot of this game's going to come down to defense. I don't know if we were necessarily expecting nothing up until the final seconds of the first half. But we knew this was going to be a defense-controlled game, and both defenses, Southern and Montoursville, you see a lot of the same mentality in both of them, where it's a bend, don't break. You can give up 3, 4, 5, 6 yards. You can give up a couple first downs. You just need that one key stop at a big time. Now, Montoursville was aided by the Southern Columbia penalties as well in that first half that helped them out in a couple of those drives. But at the same time, it's been a lot of just seal the line, give up a couple yards, make the plays happen. That's exactly what both teams are doing, which is why we see both offenses that we know can be powerhouse offenses can't find the end zone.
By the way, that touchdown given up by Montoursville, just the second touchdown conceded in the last 3 games. There have been 4 different games this season coming into this one in which the Warriors allowed a touchdown or fewer. You expect there's going to be a lot more scoring, you would imagine, in this second half, which is about 7 or 8 minutes or so away from beginning. We'll step aside. We'll have our Central PA Sports Update next. You're tuned in to Montoursville High School Football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
We hope you're enjoying our presentation of Montoursville Warrior football through CentralPASports.com. We want to do more, but that's entirely dependent on your financial support. We appreciate those who have signed on already, but we need more businesses to be part of these broadcasts. Call 570-769-2327 to get involved. 570-769-2327. Get involved today.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
Now is the time to reserve space for your pup at Sweet Dreams Pet Resort on Sunrise Lane in Mill Hall for this fall and winter. Individual indoor suites for your best friend featuring raised dog beds, grooming on site, air conditioning, radiant heat, and outdoor playground. Take advantage of weekday doggy daycare 570-377-0340. Fully licensed and insured, fully staffed on-site security at all times. Online at sweetdreamspetresort.com. Find us on Facebook, Sweet Dreams, where we treat your dog like family.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching.
Does this have peanuts?
To waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Starting September 2nd, Blaze Alexander Kia will begin an extensive remodel. This is a major project. We will be losing a great deal of lot space as the project will be fenced in. Kia has given us extra incentives to help us move inventory. This is not a sales pitch. I have over 180 new and pre-owned vehicles in stock, and I'll only have display space for approximately 60 vehicles. Let our problem be your solution. The improvements will make it all worthwhile. Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville, taking the deals the other guys definitely don't want.
Football season is here. Do you have your picks in on Sleeper? Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats, and you could win up to 100 times your money. For new users, Sleeper will even match your first deposit with up to $100 credit to your account. Just download the Sleeper app today and use code MONDAY for a credit up to $100 match on your first deposit. That's code MONDAY. Must be 18 years in most states and in state where it is legal. Promo code and other restrictions apply. Visit sleeper.com. Please wager responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-426-2537 for help. Sponsored by Sleeper, a Blitz product.
Hey, I'm Mandy Woodruff Santos. I'm a financial journalist, podcast producer, and most importantly, wife and mother. With my insanely busy schedule, I don't have time to feel sluggish. And feeling sluggish could actually be a sign that your digestive system isn't at its best. That's where Metamucil comes in. Metamucil psyllium fiber helps keep your digestive system moving. So pick up some Metamucil today and keep yourself moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
It's Bear Country 99.9 FM.
About 4 minutes from second half resumption here at Tiger Stadium. Southern Columbia 7, Montoursville nothing. You're tuned into Montoursville High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network. It's time to look at our Central PA Sports Update. In the second quarter, Mount Carmel 42. Central Mountain nothing. Bald Eagle coming back to tie Greater Johnstown at 14 in the second, as Jersey Shore and Penwood obviously will be playing tomorrow afternoon. You can get coverage of that one following the conclusion of Lock Haven and Kutztown on the Bear Country Sports Network. And Bellefonte is at 0, Bishop McCourt 14, rounding out the CentralPASports.com score update. For the rest of the scores, here's Justin Hawkins. Couple interesting fixtures.
Yeah, it's an interesting day around Lycoming County and then District 3, in Class 3A of District 4, Shamokin in front of Lewisburg 16-7, that game at the half. Also at the half, a very close one. I don't think people expected to be this close. Hughesville in front of Warrior Run 14-7. Mifflinburg is in front of Central Columbia. That game is in the second quarter, 28-0. Danville leading Loyalsock 14-3 right now. As you said, Mount Carmel is in front of Central Mountain 42-0. Obviously, it's going to be hard for Montoursville to gain ground here tonight. But the big score, both the score and the way it's happened, Muncie is in front of South Williamsport 42-14 at the half.
At the half.
We were expecting this one to be a close game, but this update came a little bit ago when Muncie scored the 5th touchdown of the game. 9 plays for 290 yards. Iyer, the receiver, with 3 receptions for 160 of those yards on his own. I don't think that's what anyone was expecting over at Kenneth Robbins Stadium tonight in South Williamsport.
Well, there's your Central PA sports update. I got to tell you, this is my second year doing high school football in Pennsylvania. I also did 2 years of high school of football in West Virginia. That is the first time I've ever seen a banner for a team to come out to start the second half. I've seen it to start the game, never for the second half. As the Warriors,
when you're the 5-time defending state champions, I think you've earned the right to do that.
You can kind of do whatever you want to do. That's a good point. Absolutely. Hey, we're about 2 minutes from second half resumption. You're tuned into Montoursville football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Get ready to hit the road with these great trips this fall through Susquehanna Trailways. Every October Saturday, ride the Pine Creek Trail to and from Wellsboro. October 22nd at Sight and Sound Theater, the American Dream Mall the 27th, Tioga Downs Casino November 6th, and King of Prussia Mall November 10th. Call Susquehanna Trailways 570-322-5361, Monday through Friday between 8 and 4. Check the Susquehanna Trailways Facebook page and website for more information. Time for Corn Maze Fun. The Pine Creek Seed Farm Corn Maze, now open weekends through November 3rd. This weekend it's Farmers Fest, and every Friday is Glow Night. Hear and watch Jersey Shore and Montoursville football on the big screen. Enjoy Leadfoot on stage Saturday afternoon and axe throwing all weekend. Sundays it's theme trivia. Bulk of your entry fee this week goes to a local nonprofit organization. Corn Maze Weekends, Pine Creek Seed Farm, 33 Seeds Lane, just off of the Pine Creek exit, Route 220, Jersey Shore.
Hey, hometown fans. You know Journey Bank as your trusted local bank, but did you know we're also the biggest cheerleader for our community's youth? From athletes competing under the Friday night lights, to students excelling in the classroom, to talented teen stars singing center stage, we're investing in the future of our young people. At Journey Bank, we're committed to helping our kids score big in every aspect of life. Journey Bank, where dreams are nurtured and futures are built. Journey Bank, proud supporter of our local youth.
Want to score big with your financial future? At Evergreen Wealth Solutions, we're the MVPs of financial planning, helping you tackle your goals with a winning strategy. Call Todd Rischel, certified financial planner, and get in the game. Real people serving real people, we manage your assets as if they were our own. 570-601-6960, 570-601-6960. Let Todd Rischel be the quarterback of your financial planning strategy. Evergreen Wealth Solutions in Williamsport.
Second half about to start as we see both sets of quarterbacks getting their final throws in. Aiden Hockenbroach and Jimmy Musina both getting their last throws as both teams get now into their special teams huddles. As mentioned, to end the first half, the Warriors won the coin toss but elected to defer, so they will have the ball to start this second half. The Warriors got as close as inside the 10 of Southern Columbia. They missed on, from my count, was about 22 or 23-yard field goal attempts. So they are still scoreless. Of course, Southern Columbia scoring with less than 20 seconds left to go in that first half to give us the scoreline that we have here of 7-0. As we're set to start now this second half, it'll be the Tigers in their black home uniforms with gold trim, kicking from right to left. The Warriors in their white uniforms with blue helmets. They will receive from left to right. Michael Reeder, typical returner. He's on the right side of the back two, as this one is sent away by the Southern Columbia kicker Preston Shadle. Returned at the 15, takes it to the 20, 25, 30, bounces to the 35, to the 40, stiff arms a man, and is finally wrapped up at the 45-yard line. Michael Reeder, out of a cannon, was able to go forward. Keegan Deal was there on the tackle, but good field position all of a sudden for Montoursville. Fired up about it. In fact, one of the fullbacks for the Warriors, Noah Kemmerer, took a real tumble after getting the celebrations from that return.
Yeah, I mean, that was pitch perfect there for the Montoursville special teams. They set up the perfect lane there for Reeder. He just turned on the jets. honestly, one quick step, he might have been gone to the house on that one.
So a first down and 10 on the right side, 45. That's where Musina will operate. 3 receivers, 1 right, 2 to the left, 2 tailbacks as he takes a snap. Hand off to the fullback. Harvey bounces to the left side, trying to go and get room to the outside the numbers. He got the first down inside the 45 and will be wrapped up at the 40-yard line. A bit of a high tackle, but the flags stay in the pocket. A great run to start from Hayden Harvey. That goes for about 16.
I just want to point out on that one, Braden Burkett made a beautiful block that set the edge. He had in the back of his mind that blindside block he had earlier. As soon as he tightened in, like, I'm not touching the guy, he's just going to run into me, and looked at the ref, hands up, like, I didn't blindside this time. That was legal.
So 16 yards there from Harvey with no blindside block that time. A first down and 10 on the left side, 39. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Harvey and Banks in the backfield. Musina, the quarterback, in the pistol. Musina takes the snap, will hand off to Banks. Takes it to the left side, breaks free to the 35. Bounces to the right side of the 30. Sheds another tackler inside the 25 and will finally get wrapped up at the 21-yard line. It is a decisive run by Christian Banks.
The one, I don't even know if I'd necessarily call it a negative for Banks, but the one glaring issue that happens when Banks makes those great runs, he's outcutting and outrunning his own blockers, which is letting Southern Columbia get to him because his blockers are still 6 yards behind him as he cut around half of them to get out in the open field.
That run went for about 18 and a fresh set of downs. First and 10 on the right side, 21. The Warriors with 2 15-plus yard carries to start this drive. A 3-receiver set, motion right to left is Reeder. Musina takes the snap. Handoff weak side to Harvey. Bounces up the middle to the 20, but get wraps up. Forward progress will mark him to the 19. Just 2 yards on that occasion from the sophomore tailback, Hayden Harvey.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a number on the tackler there. Number 57 for the Tigers, Jaden Carter. And Carter's a big boy. That was going to be hard for Harvey to escape that one once he got him in his mitts.
So after the 2-yard snag, Musina getting the play from the far sideline. Still 20 to snap as they break the huddle. They'll put 3 receivers out, 1 to the right, isolated is James Williams, and 2 receivers to the left side. Musina in the pistol with Harvey and Banks in the backfield. He takes snap, play fake, fires over the middle, diving effort, but it's incomplete. Incomplete. The intended target, Michael Reeder, made that route over the middle. There was a diving deflection made as Reeder could not hold on to it. A 3rd down and 8 here for the Warriors, and what you would imagine, based off of that missed field goal, is 4-down territory.
Yeah, and I mean, Reeder on that one, he sold out to try to bring that one in to the point he about bent himself backwards after he hit the turf and stuck. Not much you do in that. You've seen him put it in a good spot, just slightly off on the timing.
It stops the clock with 9:54 in the third, a 3rd down and 8. 3 receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Now motion right to left is Todd Crawford. Musina takes a snap and rolls out to his right to pass. He's under pressure, rather rolls to his left. He's going backwards, just has to fire it forward. There's a flag down as Musina could not get the pass back to the line of scrimmage. However, a penalty marker is down. We'll see who it's on.
I think this is going to be intentional grounding. He just simply didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. There was nowhere close to a receiver being in the area. That's one. Musina's got to get rid of that one quicker when he knows he's under that kind of pressure. He's not going to find somebody. Just heave it as far as you can towards the end zone, get it across the line, get it away from everybody.
Well, we said it was 4-down territory, but hold on. It's face mask. A face mask penalty on Southern Columbia. I was about to mention to it, Justin, the flag had come very early while the ball had barely touched the ground. They're going to call a face mask as Musina was getting brought down. An astonishing penalty, and instead of intentional grounding and a 4th and long way, it's a 1st and 10 at the 10. Astonishing penalty marker there.
Well, first, thank you, Southern Columbia Tigers, for that amazing gift you just gave the Montoursville Warriors. Second, turn around and hand it to Banks now. You just got all the momentum behind you, and you're at a point now. I know we just started the second half. Montoursville needs to answer with the touchdown of the road on this drive. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't let Southern keep the momentum in this game.
They trail by 7 against the reigning state champions. 9:46 to play, 7-0 Southern Columbia. Montoursville with it inside the 10. 3 receivers, motion right to left, Reeder. Musina takes the snap. It's a delayed handoff up the middle, and it was an effort there from the tailback just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there on the trick play as Christian Banks maybe picked up a yard on it. If that, it'll bring up a 2nd down at the 9. They'll call it a 2nd and goal.
And that was why I think it was a good play call by Montoursville, just a little too slow to develop, especially with the blitz coming from Southern Columbia. They were in the backfield. The second Banks touched the ball, he was already getting hit. And even for somebody who has the elusiveness of Banks, he hasn't had time to set his feet and get going yet. He's going to go down if you hit him that quick.
You would imagine the Tigers are selling out on the run here. 3 receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Banks in the backfield with Musina, motion right to Lepercase. He takes the snap, he's going to throw it, looks to the far side, and it's overthrown, incomplete. I tell you what, if that was a better throw, Braden Burkett might have been able to turn the angle and find the end zone. The throw over the head of the freshman receiver, it's 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, again, a beautiful play call there by Montoursville. Timing off. At that point, Burkett has to grow about 1.5 feet to have a chance of pulling that one in, but he had the perfect angle to reach out and try to hit the pylon after securing that pass, but it was a mile over his head.
They had some more meat and potatoes on the line of scrimmage. The tight end, Owen Kleinman, in the game. Hayden Harvey also checking in. Christian Banks not on the field. 3rd and goal at the 9 with 9 minutes to play in the 3rd. High snap taken by Christian Banks, in the Wildcat. He's the quarterback. Banks spins away. He'll get past the line of scrimmage and out to the 7. Only picks up about 2. That was the first time I think I've ever seen the Wildcat being used by Montoursville as Banks got 2. It'll bring up a 4th down and goal, rather just a 1-yard carry out to the 8. And a big decision made here for Joe Hanna. When you're in this type of stage, though, you'd imagine you have to go for it.
That's the way I would lean, knowing you're playing the defending state champion, but it looks like the field goal unit out for the Warriors. I'm up here, I'm not on the sideline, but I kind of question this call a little bit.
Gavin Hawley in what will be a 25-yard field goal attempt. He missed from 22. The snap, the hold, the kick has the distance, and it is true. A big field goal made there by Gavin Hawley as the Warriors break the goose egg and now trail by just 4, 7-3, the scoreline, with Southern Columbia leading against the Warriors. You're tuned in to Montoursville High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
8:14 left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Warriors on the board. They trail now 7-3 against Southern Columbia. It has Gavin Hawley, who is now 1 for 2 on field goals this evening. Missed from 22, converts from 25. Will squib it. It's momentarily fumbled by the upman, returned by the return man at the 25. Taking the 30, the 35, he's loose. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Bouncing to the left side and is upended at the 35-yard line. How about that from the upman? Able to get a big return there. Oh, it's not just any upman. It's the running back, Braden Andrews. No wonder he was able to create separation. It's beautiful field position for the Tigers.
And thank you a lot to Hawley on that one. Able to get a hand. I mean, you don't really ever expect your kicker to bring someone with a full-headed steed coming down, but did enough to change his direction, hold him up, and let the rest of the Warriors catch back up and able to make that stop, because we should be looking at another touchdown for Southern here.
So 8 minutes and 3 seconds left in the 3rd. The offense clicked there for the Warriors, getting 3. What can the Tigers do on their first drive? Left side hash 35. Taking the snap, they'll hand it off the reverse to the left side, and just no room to run there as the tailback slips up. That was Garcia, Grady Garcia, who was unable to get positive yardage. They'll say he lost 1.
Yeah, you can see Garcia's frustration there as he tried to make that cut. Knew he had a lane opening up behind him. If he could get back to it, he could pick up some positive yards. And as soon as he went down, you saw him spike the ball, knowing what he just let get away.
He lost 1, a 2nd and 11, back at the 36 left side. Tigers up by 4 with 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Hockenbroach motions right now, takes the snap. It's a play fake. Hockenbroach going to tuck and run it. Has speed. He gets inside the 30, but takes a shot right at the 30-yard line is where he's going to be stopped. A 6-yard carry from Aiden Hockenbroach, but he paid the price for it.
Yeah, and that's the danger when you run those designed runs with your quarterback. You know the linebackers, the defense is seeing that and like, oh, I can actually run into you and drill you to the ground this time. I'm not going to get a rough in the passer call. So
on that 6-yard carry, it's a 3rd and 5 at the Montoursville 30. Hockenbroach under center, quickly takes a snap, pitches left side, having a seam, gets outside the numbers. He's got the first down to the 25 and is pushed out of bounds at the 20. Braden Andrews really beginning to make his name felt on the offensive side of the ball. He had that big return, and he gets the big chunk of yardage to get the first.
Again, this is just Southern Columbia is going to sit here and peck and peck and peck. And after the result of the defense getting a stop, holding the Warriors to a field goal, and then the big kick return, you can feel the momentum in this play shifting entirely behind the Tigers.
10-plus yards there from Andrews, 1st and 10 at the 20. Left side hash, Hockenbroach takes the snap. They'll hand it off to the fullback on the weak side. That's Pyatt, who will get beyond the line of scrimmage out to, they'll call it the 18-yard line for a gain of a couple.
And again, just that tough running from Southern. This is all we're going to see now out of Southern. They know they have momentum behind them. They know they're pushing in towards Montoursville end zone again. They know they just made a big stop on the Warriors. Just keep running the clock here, keep pushing little by little, and keep wearing down this Montoursville defense.
After they'll call it a gain of 3, 2nd and 7 at the 17. Hockenbroach under center, Pyatt behind him. Motion out the tailback, he takes the snap. It's a double reverse out to the right side. A lot of room for Andrews to run. He puts the shoulder pad down right to the 10. It's going to be right at the first down marker, and they're going to give it to him.
The fullback, Talon Pyatt for the Tigers there, making a nice block on that near side. Let him get to the edge and get to the first down marker.
Talon Pyatt coming in for Joey Williams at fullback. Pyatt had just 8 carries in the first 5 games of the season. He's had 27 in the last 2 coming into this evening. He's played a big part in this game. It's a first down. They'll call it goal to go at the 10-yard line with just over 6 minutes left to play in the third. Chance for the Tigers to make it a 2-possession game. Hockenbroach under center takes a snap, hands off to Pyatt, the fullback, and he doesn't go far. Immediately met right at the line of scrimmage. Forward progress will prevent any loss of yardage, but you can pick your spot who made that tackle. There was a lunge right at the fullback.
Yeah, I think everyone on the Warriors side gets about a 10th of a tackle on that one. But they did a great job on that one, recognizing middle run. Instead of trying to fill the gaps, they just shoved the entire offensive line back in the Pyatt. There was nothing he could do as his own line swallowed him up.
So after the back to the line of scrimmage run, 2nd down and goal at the 10. Hockenbroach will line up under center. All 11 defenders in the box as it's a play fake. Hockenbroach rolls out to his left. He has a man open in the end zone, but he overthrew him. Incomplete pass, a wide open target in the back of the end zone, but Hockenbroach had to go and reverse his set. It was a bit of an uncomfortable, awkward angle for him to throw off of his back shoulder, and he was unable to find the target of 3rd and goal.
Noah Rakestraw, whose first time tonight we've been able to say his name, did a great job getting into the backfield, causing the pressure, getting the quarterback hurry on that one. He made sure that ball was not going to be anywhere near receiver with his pressure.
Looked like Dominic Fedorov was the intended target. 3rd and goal at the 10. 2 receivers set. They spread him out. Hockenbroach under center takes a snap. He looks to throw a quick fire to the left side, and it is bobbled. And they'll say incomplete. There was a lot of contact before, during, and after that play. As the intended target, I believe, was Kissinger, unable to come up with it. A 4th and goal at the 10.
Michael Reeder coming in. He did a great job waiting until the ball was there, low the shoulder, and driving the receiver, knocking that ball to the turf. And I think we know at this point, Southern Columbia, this deep in the Montoursville territory, it's 4-down territory for the Tigers.
They won 6. 4th and goal at the 10. 4:51 left in the third. Big flashpoint in the game. Hockenbroach under center. 2 receivers set. Takes the snap, drops the throw, fires to the left side, looking for the end zone! Did he hold on? He did! Touchdown, Southern Columbia! Braden Andrews, the flashpoint in the game as Andrews has his 3rd receiving touchdown of the season. A high-point effort, and the Tigers go up 2 scores.
Christian Banks came in on pressure on that one for the Warriors. Another half a second, he would have been there. But that quick hitter, exactly what Montoursville's defense did not need to see in that situation after sending the blitz.
It's a 10-point lead for Southern Columbia with the extra point pending. Preston Shadle on for the extra point. He's 1 for 1 on those today. The snap is good. The hold kick is blocked. It's no good. Christian Banks shrugging his shoulders. He got the block kick. It keeps it a 10-point game, but it is the largest lead of the game. The Tigers still get 6, and they now lead 13-3 against the Warriors.
I think this is a product that we saw not being able to keep the momentum on your side. We saw Montoursville elect to go for the field goal, not try for the touchdown there. we were talking about off air before the Southern Columbia drive. You think getting the goose egg off is the right call there. I think for these Warriors, though, we saw the product of playing too conservative against Mount Carmel and how quick the wheels fell off. I think they need to go for the touchdown there, Southern get the momentum behind them, which led directly to that drive happening. Montoursville now has to find a way, now trailing by 2 scores to a defending state champion, to get the momentum back here on this drive. In my mind, this is a drive, if you don't come up with a touchdown, it could be the game for the Warriors.
Well, you just said it. The drive feels like a big one, doesn't it? With 4:46 left to go in the third, it can quickly get out of hand quickly. Say quickly one too many times as this one is sent away, but a flag is down. Play is stopped. A flag is down, and one thing that really stood out against the Tigers in that first half was just some silly flags. When was the last time you saw a delay a game on the kicking team?
Yeah,
that's what's the call.
New one. I was wondering, I didn't see anyone move early. Everything looked fine on the Montoursville side, although from the Warriors, they didn't look like they were really getting set up well for a return on that one. They kind of got beat early off the line. So maybe a small little gift here for the Warriors, give them a second chance to set up the blocking for Reeder and company.
As this one will be backed up 5 to the 35-yard line left side hash. 2 back deep to return is James Williams and Michael Reeder from Montoursville, as getting back into the set to send it away is Preston Shadle. Shadle, the kicker, the punter, and the kickoff man. Heavy duties for the Tiger place kicker. Shadle raises his right hand and now will once again send this one away. This one will be fielded at the 20 by Reeder. He takes it to the 25, 30, to the 35. Another good bit of field position here for the Warriors as Reeder finally brought down at the 37-yard line. Well, they started the opening offensive drive of this game at about the 45. This time he was able to take it to about the 37 of 1st and 10 here for Jimmy Musina's side.
Something to keep in mind here for the Warriors. There's 16 and a half minutes left in this ball game. We know the Warriors have been leaning on Banks, leaning on the run game, but that's going to keep this clock running. You need 2 scores. You need to stop the next possession. This is a time that Montoursville's hand is being forced, and they need to start looking more to the air to get bigger chunks out of every play.
So 1st and 10, right side 37, 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Banks in the backfield. Musina now motions right to left, the freshman Braden Burkett. He takes the high snap. Hand off to the weak side for Banks. Tries to spin away from a tackler. It's a high tackle made off of what looked to have been the helmet of Banks. Clean tackle, according to the referee, as it looked like Anthony Martino was there on the stop. A pickup of 2 for Banks, 2nd and long.
I mean, I guess grabbing him by the head is one way to bring him down. You're not really going to run anywhere without
you said
that.
it, not me.
But again, if it was the back of the helmet, it's not a penalty.
That's what it looked to have been.
You're not going to make a friend out there bringing someone down by the back of the helmet, but not a penalty.
Now an extra name on the Christmas list. As a trip set, quick fire to the left side. Catch is made by Tira to the 45. He lunges for the first down marker, and he's going to get it. That's Carlos Tira's first reception in 4 games. It goes for 8 yards and a first down, but there is a player down for Montoursville. That is the right guard, Landon Morehart, who does not have his helmet on. Had his helmet taken off of him. And he will walk off the field on his own strength, but not before a first down for the Warriors.
Yeah, I think that was just, and it's hard to make that call, but a little bit of hands to the face, pop the helmet off, a little slow. I mean, it's not a great feeling when you get a helmet ripped off, so I'm not surprised, a little slow to get up. He's got to come off for a play because he lost his helmet. Expect to see him back on next play.
Just the 4th reception of the season, though, for Tira. Goes for 8 and a first down. A first down and 10, Montoursville with it at their own 47-yard line with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the third. 13-3, Southern Columbia leads against the Warriors. Trips to the right, 1 receiver left for Musina in the gun. Banks to his right, he takes a snap, it's a blitz. Picked up, Musina fires to the right side, but it's incomplete. It's rather a throw over the middle, looking for Braden Burkett. He's looking for a flag, but really an uncatchable ball it seemed to be as Musina fired it forward. It'll be a 2nd and long.
Yeah, it was not uncatchable. There was contact on Burkett's helmet, but nothing that affected his route or really changed his momentum in any way. Not surprised to see the flag stay in the pocket there. Also not surprised to see the Tigers blitz there, especially to the right side, with knowing Morehart had to come off of that play after losing his helmet, attack the backup. That's the perfect time to send a blitz.
So 2nd down and 10 after that incompletion. That stops the clock with 3:28 left. I'm going to mention the clock a little bit more because with how quick that first half went, so could the second half. 2 right, 1 left, the receiver says. Musina takes a snap, handoff to Banks, takes it to the A-gap, tries to push the pile. We can hear the hit from up here that came in, but from behind as he gets wrapped up at about the 49-yard line. He was able to pick up about 2 to set up a 2nd down and 8.
And, yeah, that hit you heard. I didn't see what numbers it was, but that was Southern on Southern with that hit. It was one of the deep backs coming in and blasted his own guy, which sometimes in football is what you have to do to get that pile to stop moving.
Definitely stopped moving on an instinct. I mean, we heard it from up here, and we're pretty far away from the field, high up in the press box here. Beautiful press box and facilities here, of course, at Tiger Stadium. 3rd down and 8 at the 49. Montoursville's 49. They have to get to the Southern Columbia 43 for the first. Motion right to left, Burkett. Musina takes the snap. Play fake under pressure. Tries to dump it off, and it's incomplete. Just a broken play from the start. They went for the screen pass to Banks. In coverage there. Closest to it was Chase Williams for the Tigers. Heavy pressure faced there by Musina. He was unable to find his mark. A 4th down, and a punting team comes on.
Yeah, I know I said earlier in the drive you have to come up with a touchdown. I still believe they did, but being still in your own territory at this point, you have to punt the ball away. But we do know Banks is the punter. We know he likes having those delayed punts. Maybe if Southern Columbia hasn't seen that on tape and immediately runs back, a lane could open for Banks that he could decide to take himself.
The Warriors have not attempted a fake punt this season. Banks is back to send it. 2 back deep to return for the Tigers. Banks has a little bit of that delay, but does send it away. It's a booming kick that is returned at the 17, takes to the 20, 25, bounces to the right side, back inside the hashes to the 30, carries the pile pass to the 35, and that's finally where he stopped. That is Braden Andrews, who gets it out to the 35-yard line. A net punt after the return of about 16 yards as the Tigers will operate.
And you saw on that punt, Banks, as soon as he got it, immediately looking around. Is there a lane? Is there a lane? Nope, I need to get rid of this. Oh, I'm under pressure. I really need to get rid of this in a hurry now. But this is something I mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Southern Columbia has a ton of speed all over the field. Really, we haven't seen it on offense yet because Montoursville was doing a great job jamming up the line. But every time we have a kick return or a punt return, that's where we're seeing that speed and that threat from Southern Columbia.
So 1st and 10 on the right side, 35. Lunenburg takes the snap, takes it to the tailback, gives it to the left side. That is Grady Garcia past the 35, the line of scrimmage out to the 37. A 2-yard scoop for the freshman. Garcia, by the way, 10-plus carries in 2 of his last 3 games. He had 10 carries for 52 yards and a score against Mifflinburg. And you would imagine, we don't have stats up here, but he is approaching, if not already eclipsing, 10 carries in this game.
Absolutely. I just got to give credit again. This Montoursville front 7 right now, I keep saying about the speed Southern Columbia has. This might be, even though right now we're in a trailing performance at 13-3, the speed, the way they're neutralizing the speed of Southern Columbia, this might be the best performance all season.
Hockenbrook takes a snap, play fake. He looks to throw. He fires it deep to the left side, but it's incomplete. But a flag is down. Oh, a flag is down. That came in late. The intended target was the receiver, Jace Malakowski. Kane Moore was in there. There was some contact made. A penalty marker down. This looks like pass interference.
Yeah, I wasn't watching that. I was back at the quarterback, and it is pass interference against the Warriors. It's going to move up the Tigers. I'm surprised the Warriors didn't get a flag here for a late hit on the quarterback as well. I mean, it was Noah Raystraw had a beat on the quarterback, went low, and drove the quarterback to the ground after the throw.
Well, I tell you what, and this is what's really been crucial to the Tigers game. Aiden Hockenbrook, his release when he takes the snap to throw is so quick, less than 3 seconds on all of these pass attempts. It has to be frustrating, you have to imagine, for this defensive line with just how smart Hockenbrook has been with these passes. So the pass interference takes in the Montoursville territory to the 48. Hockenbrook under center, takes the snap, double reverse out to the left side, some open room, gets it to the 45 and gets wrapped up at the 44. Another play by Garcia, but a very, very late flag that comes in about 2 seconds after the whistle.
Not really sure what this is going to be. I mean, it's in the area of holding, obviously, but that's very late for that flag to come out to be a hold.
It was the head official making it, and it's a holding. It just feels a bit cruel there from Southern Columbia. That hold came, it had to have been
it was after
right
the whistle.
As the whistle, if not after the whistle.
And from where we are, and that play was directly in front of us, and obviously as high as we are here at Tiger Stadium, we don't have an obstructive view. I didn't see a hold from up here at all. At first, I thought it might have been like some late hit that we missed, maybe on the tackler as he went down, but no, instead of holding penalty, that'll back him up. A 1st down and 20. Tigers sideline very animated still with the officials about that call, and I don't blame them on that one.
Hockenbrook under center. He takes the snap, play fake. Plenty of time to throw here. He steps up. Now he fires. He's got a man. He's got got it. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Southern Columbia. A point-blank effort to find Blaze Kissinger, the sophomore, connecting a 58-yard touchdown grab. It is 19-3 Tigers, and they're now firmly in the driver's seat with a minute to play in the third.
I keep mentioning the Southern Columbia speed. That was just a seam route that just burnt the Montoursville defense. Once he was behind the secondary, nothing the Warriors could do on that one. And as much as I hate to say it, this is starting to feel a lot like the Mount Carmel game earlier in the season for the Warriors.
Well, we first brought it up after the Warriors were unable to stop the Tigers to end that first half. That was the first score of the game. But the Tigers outscoring the Warriors now pending this extra point. As it currently stands, they've outscored the Warriors 13-3 in this second half, and the offense stays on for a 2-point conversion. Hockenbroach under center, takes the snap, play fake, fires back in the end zone, and it is incomplete, they'll call it. Initially looked like it was intercepted, but it was incomplete. That is what the referee signaled. So that makes it now 19-3. Back-to-back missed conversions for the Tigers, but they do lead by 16 against the Warriors with 1:02 to play in this third period. It just leaves enough to the imagination that the Warriors still down by 2 possessions, but they have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely not out of this game. But now we're getting to territory where the offense needs to get down there and score. That's problem number one. We're sitting here with the Warriors only having a field goal right now as their only points. But we also need the defense. As their hands full just making stops at the line, they're also going to need a takeaway as well almost to the fourth quarter.
62 seconds left in this third quarter. We'll see. I mean, we brought it up on the previous drive from Montoursville, which ended in a punt, just how crucial that drive could have been. They wound up only getting to about the 49 before punting it away. They've been inside that red zone of the Tigers twice and only have 3 points to show for it. As Preston Shadle will boot this one away. Shadle will send it out to the 17, returned by Reeder. He takes it to the 20, the 25, 30. Bounce it to the left side of the 35. The pile forms at about the 40. He'll get brought down at the 41. Another good return that has set up some good field position once again, led by the receiver Michael Reeder.
And I think, again, I mentioned this on the last Southern return, and it applies to the Warriors as well. When these teams are spread out across the field, that's where you're seeing the offensive sign. When they're condensed together on an offensive line of scrimmage, we're seeing the defense is able to take control at the front, and that's really where the differences have been coming from tonight.
So 54.5 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Elongated third quarter compared to what we saw in the first half.
No, passing will do that.
First and 10, right side hash 41. They go to a pass set. 4 receivers set, Tira and Burkett both in, 2 to each side. Musina in the gun, takes the snap. We'll hand it off to Banks on the left side. Met at the line of scrimmage, pushes the pile and lost the football. And it's picked up by Southern Columbia. Chase Williams, the sophomore, recovering the loose ball. And if that didn't put if the Tigers weren't in the driver's seat yet, they certainly are now.
So when I said earlier that the Warriors defense needed a turnover, I meant the Warriors defense needs the turnover, not the Warriors offense to give it up here. But here's the thing. We know Banks in his linebacker spot is a threat to cause a fumble, to recover a fumble, to force an interception, and now it's a very angry Christian Banks out there as well. I'm glad I'm not going up against him on this defensive drive.
Time for at least 2 more plays in this first quarter. Hockenbroach under center takes the snap. They'll hand it off to the tight end. Pyatt spins away from a defender inside the 40 and will get brought down at the 38 for a 6-yard pickup, as there is a 1-second differential between the game clock and the play clock. So they could theoretically run this out to the fourth quarter, but of course the Tigers on the front foot. I'd imagine they would try to get one last play off, but that's not according to the body language of this team, as it looked like Aiden Hockenbroach was walking back to the line of scrimmage and now quickly hurried back to the huddle. 15 seconds left to snap.
And he just pointed to the game clock like, yeah, we're not rushing this and making a mistake. If you were going to go for it and try to get one more play, you need to do it immediately.
And so the third quarter ends. The Tigers in the driver's seat up 19-3 against Montoursville. We go into the fourth next. You're tuned in to Montoursville High School football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Grab your chance at the new scratch-off ticket, Witch's Brew Bucks, giving you a chance at 10 top prizes of $100,000. You must be at least 18 years old to play. The Pennsylvania Lottery again generated more than $1 billion last year for programs for older Pennsylvanians. Visit our Facebook page, Bear Country 99.9 FM WQBR, and get your chance to win Witch's Brew Bucks scratch-off tickets. Like the page, like the post, then sign up to win. From the Bear. Get involved with CentralPASports.com. One website, one place to watch 3 high school football regular season games every Friday. Just click the logo for the team you want to watch. Central Mountain, Montoursville, or Jersey Shore. And on Saturdays, Bucktail and Lock Haven University. Stay in touch. Watch as long or as often as you want, or get caught up if you miss a game. It's new. It's free. It's CentralPASports.com. From the Record Online and the home of cutting-edge country, the Bear.
And so we start the fourth quarter with Southern Columbia in possession of 19-3 against the Warriors. Alongside Justin Hawkins, I'm Nicholas Severini. It'll be a 2nd down and 5 on the left side, hash 37-yard line of Montoursville with the Tigers in possession. Hockenbrook under center. Motion to the right side. It's a reverse play to the tailback Garcia. Puts the shoulder pad down to about the 35-yard line, and that's where he'll be stopped. Just shy of that first down marker, a 2-yard pickup, we'll call it a 3-yard pickup, 3rd and 2 to come.
I don't think we're going to see anything except run plays at this point out of Southern Columbia, knowing that Montoursville still could be a threat, down only 2 possessions. Try to run as much clock here as you can as well while keeping your momentum going. Realistically, if they run the clock down every time, figuring 45 to 48 seconds to play, they only need 15 plays to get to the end of this game.
3rd down and 2, Hockenbrook under center. Broach, under center. Motion to the left side is Garcia. They go for that reverse to Garcia, and he's going to lunge for that first down marker. Well, this one is going to depend on the spot. Initially, it looked like he got it, but the referee's congregating. It wasn't the most favorable spot in the world from the tailback. And, well, this might require a bit more of an intervention as there is an injured Southern Columbia offensive lineman on the field as well.
I think the timeout's for the offensive linemen. Looking at where they spotted it, they're about a half-yard short from the first down. So this should bring up a fourth and very short here for the Tigers once they take a look at their down linemen.
And now that lineman now going down onto the ground, being tended to by the medical staff here from Tiger Stadium. It'll be a 4th down and inches. Initially, and then we're on the opposite side here in the press, but initially it looked like he got it with some breathing room, but
yeah, I question, and they're going to come out and measure now. Looking at the angle we were, I think they were short. I don't think, and we've seen this a couple of times now, the spot not quite going where we thought it would, and it is short by about half a yard.
And it is perilously short, so that will be where the Tigers will get it, as this injured offensive lineman will walk off with some assistance by the medical staff. We hope the best, of course, for him.
Yeah, the injury is to Brayden Smith, the right guard for the Tigers. And that's a big loss here on 4th and short for the Tigers. A lot of their key run plays have been short yardage runs, have gone to that right side. With a backup right guard coming in, you can expect Montoursville to overload to that side. The problem is Southern can go any direction from any formation here. They don't have to go to the right side if they're not thinking they can get it there.
So a big play in this game. 11:16 to go. Tigers 19, Montoursville 3. 4th down and inches at the Montoursville 34. Offense stays on the field. They need about half a yard for the first. Hockenbrook will go under center. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he's going to get it. That was the initial push making the difference. He needed about half a yard. He wound up getting more than double that, about a 2-yard gain from the quarterback, and that will allow them to chew some more clock.
Yeah, and the Warriors front four keyed, like I said, on that right side with the injury, and they punched through on that side. The problem was Hockenbrook just got on his center and just shoved forward as we have an official's timeout here again.
It's Landon Morehart who is injured, trying to hobble off the field on his own strength. He will come out with Hunter Schaefer quickly coming back into his stead, and it should be noted, we believe it's enough for the first down, but the chain gang has not moved yet.
I think the chain gang's waiting because they're bringing Morehart off where the chains need to go. They were allowing him to come off before they went.
Good eye there, Justin. So a fresh set of downs, and now the chain moves. 1st and 10 at the 32 left side. 11 minutes to play. Hockenbrook under center. One receiver to the right side. Motion from right to left, Garcia, but it's a quarterback keeper to the right side instead, and he's not going to get far. Only back to the line of scrimmage was Aiden Hockenbroach. He has a ton of speed, though, doesn't he? Bouncing it out to the edge, but the Warriors' defense stayed put, and it turns into no gain of 2nd and 10.
Kingston Fisher able to make the tackle for the Warriors, but he set up, and basically he was able to bring the carrier down with him, but absolutely got run over. I mean, you got to give credit to Hockenbroach. He is a tough quarterback. We see him out there lead blocking on some of these reverses, taking big hits himself, and just keeps going.
One receiver spread out to the left side. Garcia on the left side of the line. Pyatt, the fullback, with Braden Andrews, the tailback. Under center, Hockenbroach. He takes the snap, pitches it to Andrews, initially met behind the line of scrimmage, sheds a couple tacklers, stays put behind the line of scrimmage, and doesn't go anywhere. A 2-yard loss there. Braden Andrews did very well just to stay alive in that backfield, but eventually the pair of defenders were able to close down on him and make a stop. Hunter Schaefer looks to be among them.
Yeah, Braden Burkett almost had to stop there in the backfield, but when he cut back to try to make the tackle, I don't know if he rolled his ankle or if his cleat stuck or what. He went down very awkwardly on that one. Back up now and into the huddle, which is great to see, but you can see him nursing that leg right now.
A loss of 2 to bring up a 3rd down and 12. As we see the LED spot marker on that far side signal the 3 and get back into position. I had to mention that once. Hockenbroach under center, takes a snap, play fake. He set the pass, hit as he throws to the right side. It's off the fingertips and incomplete. Carlos Tira was in there on the coverage. I believe the receiver was Blaze Kissinger, who just narrowly missed what would have been a beautiful reception. And just enough maybe for the first, but wasn't able to haul it in. A 4th down and 12, and we'll see what they do here.
There's Ethan Bloom for the Warriors forcing that hurried pass. And Bloom, someone we really haven't talked about a ton, missed the first 4 games due to injury. Great to see him back in the lineup. He's another one on that defensive front for the Warriors that can make a difference if he can find a way into the backfield, which has been a struggle tonight.
With 9 minutes and 22 seconds left to go, the Tigers up 19-3 against Montoursville. They have a 4th down and 12 on the left side, hash 34 of the Warriors. Aiden Hockenbroach in the center, takes a snap quickly, fires to the right side, and it's incomplete. Plaudits for a flag, not going to be given despite the ire of that Southern Columbia bench. It is a turnover on downs, and the Warriors have life. They will start this drive at their own 34-yard line, a fresh set of downs, and a chance for the Warriors to find their way back in it, trailing by 16.
Carlos Tiro's the coverage man for the Warriors on that one, and he absolutely interfered, but he interfered by just standing his ground and not moving. That's not a penalty to be on the field and exist. He did exactly what he needed to do, is disrupt that play, and that's big for Montoursville. As we said, time running out here with only 9 minutes to go, down 2 scores, and they need 2 extra points converted on those scores as well to get this back to a tie.
1st and 10, right side 34. Musina takes a snap, quick handoff to the left side for Christian Banks, trying to find a way forward. He's not going to get far. He was able to pick up a positive gain of maybe 2, but that edge properly sealed up, and in on the tackle, Ethan Makowski, a 2-yard gain, a 2nd and 8.
Warriors offensive line did a great job jamming up the defensive pressure there from the Tigers, but unfortunately, that's right where Banks cut the ball back into. Not much you can do there as the offensive front saying, hey, I blocked them, and then you ran back at him. That's on you.
Both teams with all 3 of their timeouts were less than 9 minutes to go. You can really do whatever you want in the playbook, but time might become an essence soon. Musina takes a snap, delayed hand off the bank, bounce it outside of the 40, 45, back inside the numbers across midfield, and is rattled up at about the 45-yard line of Southern Columbia. Big play there on the tackle. Eventually was Dominic Fedorov, but not before the big play puts them in Tiger territory.
James Williams was out in front as the lead blocker there for Banks, but he had 3 guys in front of him, didn't know what way Banks was going to go, which is a danger with a running back that can change direction that quick like Banks, and wasn't able to secure a block on any of the defenders.
So 1st and 10 on the left side, 45 of Southern Columbia, with just over 8 minutes to play. Musina in the pistol, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Harvey in a tailback. He takes the snap, play fake. Musina looks to pass, fires over the middle, and he's got a man for the first down to the 30. 25, wrapped up, and finally brought down at the 23-yard line. Michael Reeder able to beat his man, make the reception, and move the chains for the first down.
The junior Anthony Martino in coverage there, and Reeder just got to his inside. Not much they're going to be able to do with your Martino on that one, and a beautiful pass from Musina, who we've seen some iffy passes out of tonight. That's the Musina we've been looking for.
1st and 10 on the left side, 23. Musina getting the signal from Harvey. 2 receivers right and 1 left. And now he takes the snap. They'll hand it off to Harvey. Makes spins off of a defender. Gets inside the 20 before getting brought down at the 17. Another good chunk of yardage there from Harvey. Seemed as though Southern Columbia played more of a pass protection there with Harvey in the backfield, but the sophomore quickly showing that he's able to get some good yardage as well. That one for 7.
And that's the thing. All the success on the ground tonight has been coming from Banks, not from Harvey, which is what we've been seeing in the past games where they've kind of evened out a bit. So Southern Columbia are able to see that change coming, expecting pass after the last play was a pass as well. And that's the kind of two-dimensional threat that the Warriors need to have going here to be able to open up some of those lanes.
2nd down and 3, Musina. Hands it off to Harvey, breaks free to the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Montoursville! Hayden Harvey with a 17-yard score, and the Warriors have life. They need a 2-point conversion to make it a 1-possession game, but it's the sophomore Harvey in the end zone for the 2nd straight game.
And that's exactly what the Warriors needed here. A good, sustained drive, picking up good chunks as they went along. And that change of pace, again with Harvey, you could see Southern thinking pass again, drop back, and it left a beautiful lane through the passing zones to the near side for Harvey to get to the end zone.
19-9, the scoreline. The Warriors, you'd expect going for 2 with 6:54 to play. They are going to do so. Musina in the gun, Harvey to his right, 3 receivers set. 2 to the right and 1 to the left. Musina takes the snap, looks to the right side, fires towards the end zone. It's tipped and incomplete. An incomplete pass, and that crucially keeps it a 2-possession game here at Tiger Stadium. The Warriors with their first score, but they trail 10, 19-9 with 6:54 to play on the Bear Country Sports Network.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
So the Montoursville kicking team will send this one away. They score their first touchdown of the game, but still trail by 10, 19-9 against Southern Columbia with 6:54 to play here at Tiger Stadium.
And Nick, we were talking there about the failed 2-point conversion. With the way Southern's defense has been playing tonight, that's the exact play call I would have made in that situation as well. Quick hitter on a quick seam route. I tried to force a good throw. We had a good throw, and it was just a hard hit, broke up the play.
Too early for the onside kick?
No, I don't think so. I'll get to it after the
play. It's an onside kick. That's what it's going to be. It trickles right to midfield, but it will be recovered by Southern Columbia. Ultimately, it was a smart play made. I believe that was Nate Gallagher who wound up recovering it right at the 10-yard marker to midfield. Rather going to spot it a yard shorter than that, the 49, and so Southern Columbia will get possession. Sorry to put that onto you so short, but it looked like an onside kick. It was. It was a tantalizing one, but ultimately one recovered by the Tigers.
No, and a normal game against a normal team that has a balanced attack, I would think maybe. But we know the running threat that Southern Columbia is, and with 6 minutes and 53 seconds to go, again, factor in 48 seconds roughly if you run the play clock down every play after the game clock starts running. They're 8 to 9 plays from being able to end this game.
Hockenbroach under center will take the snap, hand it off towards the right side to the tailback Andrews. He'll get to the line of scrimmage, but won't be able to get much else. Immediately stopped there, Hayden Harvey amongst the tacklers.
And that's exactly what the Warriors defense need to do right now. You know the run's coming. At least first down, second down, for sure the run's coming to keep that game clock rolling. You got to make quick stops near the line of scrimmage. You got to try to preserve as much time as you can because Montoursville is not in a situation yet where they can start burning timeouts to stop the clock.
There will be just over 6 minutes on the clock when the Tigers snap this ball next. 19-9 score between Southern Columbia and Montoursville. 2nd down and 10, right side hash 49 after the no-yard gain. Hockenbroach lines up under center. Motions left side. They hand it off, a reverse play to Garcia. He goes outside of the numbers to the 45, stays in bounds, and is brought down at the 44. 5-yard pickup there from Garcia, showcasing the speed, and brings up a 3rd and manageable.
And that was, again, a good call. Gave up a couple more yards, I think, than the Warriors want to. But as soon as you see him going to the sideline, let him get to the sideline, try to shove him out and get a free timeout by getting him out of bounds.
And now we have a stoppage in play with 5:57 left to go. It's going to be a 3rd down and 5. But it looks like there is an injured Tiger player from the opposite side of the field who will walk on his own strength back to the near side. And this is a pretty big one. It's the freshman Grady Garcia who had that carry. He will come off the field on his own strength, but is forced now to make way with Caden Hopper coming in.
And you never want to see injury. Nice thing is to see Garcia's running over to the sideline under his own power. But that's good for Montoursville in a way because it gave him the defense a chance to talk to the coaching staff here. Okay, what do we want to do here? What do we need to game play for on this critical 3rd down play?
3rd down and 5 with Hopper, as mentioned, checking into the game. On the left side, hash 44 of Montoursville. Tigers trying to run this clock out, up by 10. Under center, Aiden Hockenbroach. He takes the snap. A double reverse play out to the right side. Andrews rattled up right at the 1st down marker to the 39. On my first viewing, it looked as though he got it, but this is going to depend on the referees. Far side referee moves the chains. A big 1st down by Braden Andrews.
Yeah, I mean, this could very well be the nail in the coffin now for the Warriors. Clock's down to 5.5 minutes. The Tigers not even breaking the huddle until there's 10 seconds left on the play clock at this point, trying to milk every second they can, which tells you that they still see this Montoursville team as a threat even this late in the game, that they're already milking the clock with over 5 minutes to go.
Well, it's a testament to just how much this team has improved for Montoursville in the last couple of years. 5 wins for the first time in 3 years. They're 5-2 currently, trying to prevent themselves from dropping to 5-3 as the snap is taken a bit late. So movement on the left side of the line. There's a heavy hit made as well. No flag thrown other than the false start penalty on the Tigers. That'll back them up 5, a 1st and 15, down to 4 minutes and 56 seconds left.
Well, here's the thing to remember. That hit was during a play that never happened. Can't throw a flag on.
Yeah, I suppose it could get unnecessary roughness, but that would probably be the only thing you can do.
Kind of hard to get unnecessary roughness as a dead ball foul, though.
But one thing that, of course, you don't want the 5-yard penalty, that's going to allow the clock to move down more.
Yeah,
there'll be about 4.5 minutes now left on the clock when they snap it. So it's not exactly the worst-case scenario there for the Tigers. On 1st and 15, Hockenbroach lines up under center. Motion is Hopper. Takes the snap, hand off to Hopper around the outside on the reverse, gets positive yardage inside the 40, negates the yardage and gets 4 more out of it. Big carry made there by the upperclassman Caden Hopper, able to pick up about 9 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and they'll call it 6.
So just comparing the clocks right now, it's going to be about 3:45 on the clock by the next time that Southern Columbia has to snap it. And Montoursville now getting to the point, I know you want to save the timeouts to get the ball back and use it for your offense to build a game plan. If you don't start using your timeouts and soon, there's not going to be any time left anyway for you to make a drive.
So a 2nd down and 7, ball at the Montoursville 36, Southern Columbia with it, up by 10. Less than 4 minutes to play. Hockenbroach under center, motions a man right now, takes a snap. It's a reverse play. I believe that's Andrews trying to get positive yardage. He'll only, though, make it back to the line of scrimmage instead. Noah Rakestraw there to upend Andrews. That sets up a 3rd and 7.
I do want to make mention as we sit here with the clock running down. We talked about when Southern Columbia played Central Columbia. It was a very chippy game. There were penalties on both sides of that one. The great thing I've seen tonight is after every big hit, Southern players helping up Montoursville players. Montoursville players helping up Southern players. It's been a physical, brutal game tonight, but neither team has lost respect for each other.
Not a lot of extracurricular activity, I have to say. So 3rd down and 7 on the right side, 36. 3 minutes to play. Hockenbroach once again lining up under center. A motion man to the left side. It's a play fake. Hockenbroach trying to keep it. Lunges forward, but will be stopped shy of the 1st down marker. Not the most favorable spot either to the 32 as we see 2 Montoursville players down in the backfield. It might have been a bit of friendly fire there. One of them, I believe, is Kingston Fisher. There's a 2nd player down as well. It'll be a 4th down and 3, but that's now secondary to the health of the 2 Montoursville players who are down on the field.
The other player down for the Warriors is Christian Banks. That's not what the Warriors need to see right now. Both still down the field, and this was a case of the Southern offensive line blocked them both into each other, and they came together quite hard and quite awkwardly.
So Banks and Fisher both down. That stops play with 2:49 left to go in this game, and we'll step aside here as the players are both tended to on the field. You're tuned into Montoursville football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Check it out, the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. At Verizon, you can get it when you trade in any phone from one of their top brands.
Any?
Any.
Even if it's 4 years old?
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk?
Yep.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk, then a scooter runs it over, so now it's not just old and cracked, but shattered?
With Verizon, the answer is always yes. New and existing customers can trade in any phone from one of our top brands in any condition for the new iPhone 16 Pro with Unlimited Ultimate. Trade-in terms apply. See Verizon.com for details. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
Did you know you can watch all your favorite crime shows for free on Pluto TV?
Totally free?
Totally free. They've got CSI New York, NCIS, Criminal Minds, Blue Bloods, Tracker, FBI, SWAT, all for free.
There's something suspicious going on here.
Nothing suspicious. Just hundreds of free crime shows. On Pluto TV, crime never pays, and neither do I.
Pluto TV.
Stream now, pay never.
The Bear is Cutting Edge Country, WQBR.
Christian Banks able to get off the field on his own strength. Kingston Fisher with the assistance of two of his teammates as what looked to have been just a bizarre play in the end with two players potentially running into each other on the same Montoursville team. But back on the field here, a highly consequential play with 2:45 left to go and a running clock, still 30 to snap for this Southern Columbia team trying to see out this victory at home. They're going to have a 4th down and 3 at the Montoursville 32 and the offense staying on the field.
Yeah, I don't think there's any surprise here with Southern Columbia. You're too long to attempt a field goal. There's no reason to punt with a 2-possession lead right now. See if you can pick up the first down. If you do, you can seal the game at this point.
This to potentially seal it. Hockenbroach runs under center with 10 to snap. Motion is Garcia. He takes a snap, looking to bounce it to the outside. Avoids another tackler, but he's going to get brought down for a loss, and that's a turnover on downs. I'll stop the presses at least for now. Grady Garcia, good to see him back in the game and healthy. He was unable, though, to get the first down, only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. And so with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go, this Montoursville team will have to rely on the passing game here if they are to find a way back in this one. They trail 19-9 against the Tigers, against the reigning state champions. They'll start this drive at their own 32. They've got a long way to go, but they pass a big test early.
Yeah, with 2:10 to go, I mean, this is, if you still expect to win this game, you got to strike deep, and you got to strike deep quick here if you're the Warriors.
Musina in the gun, 3 receivers, 2 left, 1 right, takes a snap, rolls out to his left, buys time, hit as he throws to the near side, catch is made by Crawford on the comeback to about the 38. They'll mark him right at that 38-yard line, a pickup of about 7, and more crucially, stops the clock. Only took about 5 seconds off of it.
And it's got to be either deep shots or quick hitters. You got to get out of bounds. You got to preserve as much time as you can. One thing I would note of with Fisher out of the game now, he is the left tackle on offense. Normally that's a big issue. That's your blindside guy. Remember, Musina is a left-handed quarterback. It's the right tackle you're worried about more than the left tackle.
2nd and 3, Musina, 4-man rush, steps up, runs out of time, tries to tuck and run it, spins away from a defender, but is upended right at the line of scrimmage. As that will stop the clock with 1:57 left because the penalty marker is down. It's down in the secondary as Musina took a very awkward fall. A flag is down. That came before the tackle. We will see what it is on, but it looks to be potentially in the area of on the defense. Whenever you see it up the field, you would think that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see defensive holding, and that is the call here. As I didn't catch which receiver it was, but out of the corner of my eye, I saw one of the Montoursville receivers get completely turned around as he was trying to get downfield.
That'll move it up 5, but more crucially, move the chains. A first down with 1:57 left to play. The Warriors have all 3 of their timeouts with under 2 minutes left. You would imagine those are also in play, and you'd have to rely on an onside kick to get it back. But first and foremost, you need to score. 1st and 10 at their own 49, 3 receivers set, 2 right, 1 left. Rather trips to the right with 1 to the left as Musina takes a snap. Dump off to Harvey in the backfield. He gets positive yardage past midfield to the 45. Got the first down. He's loose. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Montoursville. It just seemed like everyone stopped stopped, but the tailback, as he made the reception, bounced it off the numbers and got it to the end zone. What a play by Harvey. It's a 4-point game with 1:33 left.
And great job there by Harvey, not giving up on first contact. Just keep fighting. That's what we saw. Southern Columbia just like, oh, he's wrapped up, we're good. And the rest of the secondary just kind of pulled up a little bit and then realized, oh, no, he's free. We need to go. And there was no catching him once he got to the edge.
It seemed like everyone stopped, but the man with the ball, he stayed in play, and the speed of the sophomore making the difference. And they have all 3 of their timeouts crucially with 1:33 left. Hawley for the extra point. It has the distance, and it is good. It's a 3-point game. An astonishing score, and it seems like some of the Southern Columbia fans are just perplexed. They can't believe it. We can't believe it in the press box.
No, but the thought that just occurred to me, we go back to the first half. Montoursville had the field goal. 3-point game now. This is a lot right now to take in, a lot of different swings in this game. And, I mean, now you look – Montoursville in the last onside kick, which they didn't disguise as, oh, there is a penalty flag. This is odd to see a penalty on a...
It is an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on on Southern Columbia.
I mean, not great to take, but we know Montoursville's going onside kick here.
Sure.
All you have to focus on is recovering the onside kick. It doesn't matter really where Montoursville is kicking this from. They're only trying to go 10 yards with it.
I will say what does make the difference, though, is if you get the onside kick, you don't get it, you got to stop. You use all 3 of your timeouts in this hypothetical sense. If Southern Columbia were to punt it, you'd get better field position. But knowing that Southern Columbia typically goes for it, that's a bit for naught as well. It's just helping out the field position battle a little bit more. But judging by where the kicking team is, it looked like there might have been dual unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. We apologize there for the correction there, but it seems like whatever flag was. Well, now the Gavin Hawley moves the kicking team. No, we can't say we were right the first time. It wasn't sportsmanlike conduct on Southern Columbia. So this is going to get moved up to the 45-yard line of the Tigers.
I think much like us missing it there for a while till you noticed it, I don't think Montoursville knew there was a penalty on that play either. They were too busy discussing exactly what they're going to do on this onside kick.
0 for 1 on onside kicks today is Gavin Hawley. It was a pretty good one from our view before, but he will take this one here.
He kicked the last one about 9 yards. He just needs an extra yard on this to give Montoursville a chance at touching the ball.
Hawley raises his right hand. He will send it out to the near side. This one has the distance. They're going to fight for it, but it looks like it will be recovered by Nate Gallagher of Southern Columbia. That was a lot of pressure for Nate Gallagher to come and gobble that one up, but the up man right at that 10-yard marker was able to do so, and with 1:30 left, the Tigers 1 first down from winning this game.
That was a good onside kick again from Hawley. This time he got the 10 yards he needed. He just needed a little bit more rotation on it, get the ball to pop up a little bit more to buy a little extra time for his team to get down there and have a shot at it. But, I mean, it was millimeters from Montoursville having a shot at recovering that. Now it's on the defense. You need quick stops and get timeouts called quickly.
Hockenbroach hands it off first to the fullback. He'll get beyond the 35 to the 37. A 4-yard gain by Talon Pyatt. That will bake the bread at this stage as Joe Hanna takes his first timeout of 3.
Trying to do math right now, which I've never argued is my strongest point in the world. Expect 5-ish seconds, let's say, on each play now. 2 more timeouts for the Warriors. That'll run us down to about 1:10. Montoursville still has a shot at getting this ball back with about 45 to 50 seconds to go in this game. If they can make the stops they need to make now, a first down for Southern will end this ball game.
It'll be a second down and a long 6. And while we have this time for the stoppage, I just want to thank Justin Hawkins for being here with us this evening and joining us on this commentary team. He has certainly elevated the broadcast since he has come on. He had to drive from Beaver Stadium in State College. Had to take that drive. Was that 2 hours all the way over here?
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. We'll call it 2 hours. We'll give you a benefit of the doubt. 2-hour drive from State College all the way here to be here this evening with us. And he has, of course, put in an A game as he has done throughout this season. Trying to put in their A game here defensively is Montoursville. They got a second down and a long 6. Is Southern Columbia their first down from winning the game? Hockenbroach under center, takes a snap, will reverse it to the tailback Andrews, and he breaks free and he's loose. First down and more. 40, 30, 25, and brought down at the 20. It is a first down, and it is a game clincher for the Tigers.
Well, as officials are whistling here, officials timeout for another injury for the Warriors back at the Tigers' 36-yard line. Now it looks like it's number 74, Hunter Schaefer now. That's really not good news for the game gets away from you right there, and now both of the left guard and the left tackle, starting left guard and left tackle for the Warriors, suffering injuries here tonight.
Schaefer remaining down on the field, but the flashpoint and the game won by the tailback Braden Andrews. He was able to bounce it to the outside, a clinical run. He was looking for the end zone. He was wrapped up from behind as Schaefer able to get back up and will be escorted off the field subsequently on his own strength. As the Tigers will be victorious, they'll go back up to 500. Pending some insanities at the end of this game. They'll go back up to 500 in this game.
It would take a lot right now for Montoursville to get back into this. And I know it's going to be a Montoursville loss. Obviously, we all hate to see it. But it's a loss to a 5-time defending champions, the Class 2A state champion last season. And it's a team that, again, by 2 fluke plays, would be win number 6 right now for them, not win number 4. There's a lot of positives for the Warriors to take away from this ball game heading into the final 2 weeks of the season.
When you take the reigning state champions all the way to the final drive, you're doing something right. And I think that's what Montoursville needs to take out of this. As they go back into their base set with their quarterback, Aiden Hockenbroach at quarterback. They're going to hand it off here to Garcia. He bounces over to the left side. They're looking for the football as he makes the tackle. The Warriors defense inside the red zone to the 19. Just a 1-yard gain and a timeout taken.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, Montoursville. Just see if they can force something here. With that last play going out of bounds, it did stop the clock after the injury, so there was no running clock heading into that play. But just looking ahead, next week, another tough test in Lewisburg, an undefeated Green Dragon squad coming into play tonight. I'll have to double-check before I get off the air how their game is making out right now. But it's going to be another tough test, but I'd almost put Southern on par, maybe even slightly better than this Lewisburg squad right now. So if Montoursville can play the way they played early on in this game and hang around, I mean, they made a statement that is not just going to be a cakewalk for the Green Dragons when they come into Memorial Stadium next week.
That's the big one. Lewisburg and Loyalsock to close out their regular season. Both contests, of course, taking place at home. That's the beneficiary of having all those road games to start the season. You're able to make a bit of home, especially if you host a playoff game to start. That's 3 straight home games if the results, the standings, stay the way that they do, which we expect it to be. 2nd down and 9. Southern Columbia with it at the Montoursville 19. Quarterback takes a snap. They'll hand it off to the motion man to the right side. He bounces outside the tackle. He gets to the 15. Stutter steps at the 10. He's got the first down at the 8. And that is Brendan Andrews putting the cherry on top of a formidable, I guess is the word for it, a formidable performance for this Tigers team.
Yeah, and that, I mean, he could have tried to score on that. He could have gotten out of bounds on that. That's, okay, we can knee it now and end the game with one more snap. I'm just going to go down here and try to stay in bounds. Speaking of the Lewisburg game, they're over at Shamokin right now, down here in the coal region with us. 17-12, Lewisburg trails Shamokin in the 4th quarter. So that game not out of reach for Green Dragons as they look to avoid their first loss.
I tell you what, a lot of the Jersey Shore faithful may be making us the home for this evening with the game moved to tomorrow. They know how good Shamokin is. As they get into the victory formation, kneel down by Hockenbroach, and that wraps things up at Tiger Stadium. I tell you what, for the neutral, it was a good one, but it is Southern Columbia, the reigning state champions, going back to 500 on the season. They've defeated the Montoursville Warriors, a final score of 19-16. The Warriors had their chances, and they've really proven, I think, in this game, Justin, they can compete with anybody in the region.
Absolutely. I mean, again, I've been saying all night, defending state champion, and you took them to the limit tonight, only losing by 3 points. That I know it's not going to feel that way on the long bus trip back to Montoursville, but next week in practices when you start working on this, that's almost as good as a win coming out here tonight with only a 3-point loss to the Tigers, and that sets you up big into a critical matchup next week back at home against the Lewisburg Green Dragons. And then the game that really, as far as the crowd's concerned, the only game all year it matters, the bridge game against Lowestoft. You can go 1-9 as long as that 1 is against Lowestoft.
And with that, that's going to wrap things up here from Tiger Stadium. For executive producer Dave Stratton and color commentator Justin Hawkins, I'm Nicholas Severini saying so long from Catawissa. Your final score, Southern Columbia 19, Montoursville 16.
Thanks for listening to tonight's game on CentralPASports.com. Brought to you by Pudgy's of Montoursville, Ellery Now Hardware, Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, Napa, Dotter Equipment, and Alexander Kia. Nick Severini, Justin Hawkins back next Friday evening. Pre-game, 6:30. Kickoff at 7, Montoursville against Lewisburg. Exclusively on CentralPASports.com.